says unable to connect to chat. Do you see us? Did it start yet?
Yeah, we're on the screen.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Okay, why is it not showing the mine?
Refresh your whole
I'm
page.
doing it. There we are.
Now, what does it say after you typed? There's a notification there. No, it's at the bottom of your page. So, yeah.
It's working.
Oh, it's working okay. I'm not seeing it, so let me restart
Somebody
it.
else had no sound, but wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it stop.
No, the
Yeah,
sound's
turn your
coming
volume
through, right? But if it's coming through the phone, it's
I got my volume turned off.
Thank you. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, wow.
That was great. I can't hear it.
I said we could see you and hear you.
I gotta pop out chat real quick. Start my chat over because that's what wasn't working. So let's go down. Let's go here.
It must be.
Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and start the live stream, everybody. Welcome to Stay Fishy Friday, everybody, where we start the show early and then start the show on time. Tonight, we got a super special, guest with us. It's Beefcake Bob. Look, if it looks can kill Reaper. No, we got our buddy Reaper's here for the night. So thanks for showing up and having a Friday night with us.
You got the over the hill rescue crew.
I gotta tell you a story.
Wait, I'm not as gray as you two. I can't be over the hill yet.
You're the young buck, yeah.
So, yesterday I had some running around to do, and in fact that's why I came by yesterday, because I had an appointment. So I stopped by yesterday, made the video, and as you guys saw, you got triple bonus today. You got a video for him, video for me, and you got Fishy Friday. But after that, on the way home, I'm like, I had enough points to get one more Swiss and mushroom from Hardee's. So I went to Hardee's, and I'm in there, and I used my points to get the burger. And the guy was really cool. He was a manager, and I'm like, all right, I'll pay for a drink. I want to get a drink with it. He goes, no big deal. And he gave me the drink for free, a big one.
Nice.
I'm like, cool. So I filled it with ice, filled my Coke, got it ready, got my napkins. I'm sitting there.
But wait, that guy has no idea how happy he actually made you, giving you just a simple drink.
Yeah. I mean, so then there's a guy cleaning up the booths, and there's some other customers there and stuff, and he keeps staring at me. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy staring at me? He finally walks up and says, are you Willie Nelson? I started laughing my ass off. I really did. Because the only people that talk about that is us. And he goes, I go, no. He goes, are you serious? Are you for real? I go, I'm not Willie Nelson. Then he went over to the guy who took my order, the manager, and starts pointing at me and talking. And the manager's laughing now too.
Oh,
and
no.
And he comes over and he goes, he's telling the manager as he's walking, I don't know, some of these celebrities, they do that, just to fool people. And he walks up and says, can I take a selfie with you? I go, really? He goes, yeah. So I'm in the middle of a Hardee's with these customers while this guy's taking, because he thinks I'm Willie Nelson. So I'm on somebody's phone who thinks I'm Willie Nelson.
Here's what you should have done. You should have been like, as you're doing the selfie with him, right before they take the picture, you should have said, don't tell anybody I was here, bro. Trying to stay hidden.
I thought that was just funny.
Oh, he's going to live out his life, man. I served Willie Nelson.
That was funnier than hell, though. I mean, nobody, it's a like OFR thing and shit. And this dude just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, there's a guy running out there, someplace who's got a story about partying all night with Paul Newman.
Oh, yeah. You told me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell everybody the story.
Okay. Guy owed me money on a Sportster that he wrecked, and I got a couple of my biker friends with me. We went and collected the money. Okay, we go to the bar to split up the money, and I'm up at the bar buying around for everybody, the two guys that were with me. And this guy's looking at me and looking at me. And he says, "You're Paul Newman." And I go, "No,
You don't look
no,
like
man.
Paul Newman.
I ain't Paul Newman. I have big red mutton
Oh,
chop
yeah, you look different back
sideburns,
then, yeah.
and I had a black eye patch on where my face was all busted up. Okay, and he thought I was in disguise. And I went back over to the table and was telling Dick and Dick about it. And Dick went up to the bar and he goes to the guy and he says, "You know, if you'll be quiet, you can come drink with us."
He did what I told Reaper he should have done.
All night long we partied on that guy's dial.
Now, see, that guy's got a story. I partied with Paul Newman in his mind.
I hope you're watching.
It really wasn't Paul Newman. You guys are saying something about old guys and technical. No, we don't have technical difficulties. My chat stopped working. The last thing I saw was hello, and then I put on there because nobody answered me. Is there anybody here? And then nobody answered me. So Reep sat down and I had him check, and it was on his phone. There were replies. So I had to restart. I had to close down the pop-out chat and restart it. And now I can see replies. It's simple as that. You know, it's computer technical bullshit that happens. It ain't old guys can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
All right, enough of the beefcake Bob bull.
You don't like that, huh?
No, it's not a matter of not like it. Everybody can come up with a nickname for him.
You'll accept it as long as we're even? Is that what it is?
Right. Right.
He said, damn right.
Hey, okay. Thank you, Equalistar 737, $20. He answered my question. Good to be with you, brothers. Right.
Awesome. Thank you
Tonight's
very
gonna be
much.
fun.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to have fun tonight.
Oh, welcome. I've never seen his name up there before,
No,
but
me
that
neither.
doesn't surprise me either.
Sebastian says, we're just giving you shit, Rich. You know we love you. Oh, thank you.
All right, Sebastian, give him a nickname. Come on.
No more beefcake Bob. I do like Jerry popcorn way better.
Popcorn Jerry. You know, Popcorn Sutton? Yeah.
I'll stick with Dogfish. Thank you very much.
When you guys were doing
I've heard that
Jerry, don't lose that number the other day in the
Yeah.
and I'm on the car. It's like Ricky. It's Ricky already. God damn! Somebody
yelling
yelling
at
it's Ricky. And I'm on the phone. I can't text you guys. I couldn't get in the conversation. And everybody's saying all these different. It's Ricky already.
Somebody
Jesus.
find us.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The
Does that
pimp
aggravate
is his
you?
name.
You're
Oh, yes,
actually
it was-
driving down the highway and yelling.
It's like Ricky.
Was there anybody else in the car?
No.
So you're just, if the guy beside you would have looked at you, he'd have seen you screaming at the,
Yeah.
Before we slide past him, Sebastian says the pimp is his name. Did you see that dance he was doing on Reaper's video?
don't
Bumping,
dance.
grinding up on the deck.
I don't dance. You
Rick's
can tell
big
by
deck.
that dance. I don't dance.
He's doing a bump and grind on his big deck.
Yes, he was.
As far as I can see, the closest that dance resembles is something Trump would do or something, you know, something goofy. I'm not a good dancer.
Wherever that one came from.
Well, because he does that thing with his arms, you know, and he looks goofy, you know.
He looks goofy.
Lorenz says 3 members from ZZ Top Online.
Oh, no. Before it starts getting
I can-
right
I can-
into it.
I can tell you that because these two can't play instruments. Jerry plays with himself. He plays drum by himself. A single drum, the Indian drum, dum bum bum. Hey yeah, hey yeah. He plays that thing, and then you do got a guitar. I've never heard you play it, but you do got a guitar down there.
It's a classical instrument. Unless you're sitting next to me, you're not going to hear it.
Okay,
I mean,
excuse me.
It's not amplified. It's just a box.
Oh, I
man,
got you.
With gut strings on it. It's a Spanish classical.
Joanna Nell says, "Where are you going to put the new tanks, Rich?" In the carport. We got them there. They're there. And that's where they stay in for a little bit because what we got to do was actually that whole camera turned this way. Look how it's hang on, let me fix that. We have to take down a tank to put it up because of how it is. Move this way, bend it.
Whoa.
There we go. That's a little more. And go one more time.
Good.
It keeps wanting to go back to the same spot.
It's got spring loaded.
Yeah, that spring steel it's mounted with.
Happy birthday, Tim. Where Tim is.
Yep. Happy birthday, Tim.
Now you can move a little this way and move up some if you can. The farther back you sit, the smaller you look like a little
That's all right.
a little leprechaun back there.
Doobie says I played a peace pipe.
Looks like Jerry's bigger than you.
That's a strain.
Well, he's sitting on a bunch of pillows too.
Oh yeah, he's sitting on 9 inches of pillows.
Yeah.
I used
See, I'd be about if I was sitting. I'd be about like that if I was sitting on what he's sitting.
For sure. Oh shit.
all right, I have a hereditary hunchback. Okay. My back pokes out in the middle. So I either sit back like this or I sit up like this with my head down.
Yeah. Dev Charge says we can call Rich the collector. You see how much stuff was in that last video? Yeah, all year long, people bring us stuff, or we like sometimes you guys don't even know this, but we buy out people's fish rooms. Like they got into it so much and then they're done. They want out, or maybe a spouse passed away, or the husband passed away, and the wife wants the whole fish room gone. We'll go there and we'll buy everything they have, and then we bring it here and we'll sell off some tanks and all the extra stuff like that. You can't really make anything on it, so we stack them up for our once a year yard sale. And the good thing about the yard sale is we don't advertise it to the public. We only advertise it on our Facebook group. So any of our followers and our videos, any of our YouTube or Facebook followers now can come here and get a great deal. And, we get our stuff cleared out. You've got 50-watt heaters, 100-watt heaters, 200-watt heaters. They're all like $1. 300-watt heaters is $3. The 500-watt heaters, 1,000-watt heaters are $5 and $10. I mean, it's just that simple. Filters are $5 and $10 a piece. Unless they're brand new in a box, then they'll go for a percentage what they are new. Here you go, Jerry. You got another one for the same guy.
Yeah, Star is going to make me pay for it here. Yeah, okay, I'll get you $5. You should call community service folks Jerry's kids.
I like that.
Really, it's a good one.
I'm sorry.
And you know what? You know what's funny about
I'm
that?
sorry I ever told you guys my name was Jerry.
What's funny about that is all these younger community service kids won't know that we're ragging on or anything by calling them Jerry's kids. They have no clue who Jerry's kids are.
This is true. This is true.
Don't think they're your kids, As long as you're here, you're one of Jerry's kids. And we'll go with that. But everybody online will be laughing their ass off.
Here's another one I've never seen before. Thank you. Silver Psycho Chun.
Psycho Gun.
Is that it? I
Yeah.
can't read it. SEK 100. Just some support. Thanks for your
Thank you. I
bits.
appreciate that. That's awesome of you.
What's a sec?
I don't know. It's just a form of money.
I know.
just
but-
look
It's
up.
Swedish. It's Swedish, and it
Is it?
comes to a little over $10.
Nice.
I just looked it up while you guys were doing it. I wanted to find out myself.
Thank you very
It's like
much.
I didn't know what SEK, so I'm
All
like,
the
well,
way
that's
from
not UK and this and that. It's like, what is it? So Swedish krona.
I think I ran into that once before. Yeah.
Yeah, some really says it's Swedish currency.
Mm-hmm.
Silver Psycho Gun goes, correct. I think he was saying what he meant by that was, you people ain't as dumb as you look.
Honey Jen had a good suggestion. You tilt the camera down just a little bit.
No, because then it shows everything on the table and our glasses stick up like this. I just went over and bent it up because our glasses were showing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I looked and I'm like, nah, we're good as far as the bottom goes.
Yeah, let me see this and zoom in. I just don't, I think that we're like a little colorless. All of our hair is whiter than they are in real life. Yeah. See, to me, it looks pale to me up there. Even my arm looks white, not,
Right. It doesn't have like the tan.
Right.
Legend Silver Psycho guy. Oh, she's referring to. Yeah, okay. That's how it's pronounced.
Sugar Bear says drinking word is Jerry's kids.
I was gonna say we haven't had a drinking where somebody asked
Okay,
about
we
it.
can do the new tank. We can do tank. We can do Jerry's kids. What do you guys think? Anything else come up with? What's the drinking word, guys? You come up with it. See, even Doopy says you guys look extra great today. I can go fix that right now, real
Yeah,
quick.
we do. We're washed out.
Washed out's the word to use.
Yep, we're like washed out.
Let me go down here, right here, the webcam. I can go to the video settings, but I have to zoom in on my phone to be able to see it because I can't see it. It's 10 foot away from me. Okay. Now, configure video right here. Go up there. I can read it now.
Now we're starting to get suggestions.
Here we go. Here's the color going up, guys. Is that too much there? Is that better? Fly.
But it's back with the background of the suit. That's a little better.
Okay. You guys always got to let me know because I don't change a setting, and then next week we'll come in and we'll be like too much color. And the one week I added color to where this screen in front of me looks good, and hell, he had a blue Papa Smurf.
I know.
That was good.
But it looked great up here.
Blue beards.
Sebastian says it did not go up. Okay, I can do more. Configure. Saturations here. Apply. Now, how's that?
I think the drinking word should be collector. If that's what they
That's
want.
hard to spell out. You want something simple like tank.
I don't know. We could. The collector's being real polite. I mean, they could have called you hoarder.
All right, I'm just going to call it. I'm making an audible. It is tank. Tank, whatever you want to say, but that's the drinking word. Tank, everybody.
I was all ready for Willie Nelson.
They're saying we're looking blue. What the hell?
It does look a little blue now.
Dan, I can't keep messing with this thing. Webcam.
We need to come in here and sit here for a couple hours. Figure it out.
No, I did that last week. I came in here an hour early.
No, but I mean, write down all your settings and try and
I
use
got
them again and over and over.
I did them last week and nothing has changed. Now this week it's different. So I have the picture of all the settings last week.
Change the Wi-Fi.
I did change the Wi-Fi, but that shouldn't bother the color. All right, let me zoom in on this.
Made everything else more sensitive.
Exposure, everything else is good there. The only thing I can change would be the saturation. That's how much color. Oh, the white balance was on 5,000 last week. That's what the difference is. Why does it change? I didn't change it. All right, there's 5,000. Apply. Now, that's probably too much color now.
I like your attitude, Greg.
I don't think so.
I'll bring down the saturation a little bit. Okay, back to where it was. Now hit apply. Boom.
Crave Hunter says, don't care about color, just the stories.
Yeah, that looks better.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I mean,
So we got it every time. It looks a little too much on there,
yeah.
but on here it looks good.
No, it looks good. That's what I'm saying.
So the problem is I got to check the white balance every week. It changes. Same thing with the focus. It changes.
It's just fine on my phone as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not the best judge.
Here's a good question. Ronaldo says, hey, y'all, I saw John and Mark in Reaper's video. Are they going to be doing rescues again? Well, Mark is, but Mark got his new car and he got his own place to stay. So he's not staying at Reaper. So he might not go on every one. But John's just up here visiting for a couple of days. He's going back this week. He's grabbing more stuff. He's moving completely to West Virginia. His grandfather, I guess, passed and left him, I think it's 88. How many acres down there?
Where?
At John's
John.
grandpa's house.
Oh, he's got a little over 50 acres or just under 50 acres.
50 acres.
In West Virginia.
And he's moving there now. So he won't be doing rescues with us.
Oh,
maybe
he'll-
once a year or so.
No, he'll be doing a couple. He's going to stay down there most of the summer, but again, like we were talking about the other day.
If we have a rescue, when he's up here, if he visits. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
That'll be far and few between.
they don't have permanent water yet or the sewage set up or any of that yet.
I could end up with a decent rescue down in his neighborhood, knowing him.
You don't
Summer Lee,
drive, so.
Summer Lee
Set
says,
us up.
Summer Lee says, congrats to Mark.
Oh,
Yes and no. He got this money because his mom passed away.
yeah,
So
well,
it's a good situation. It's a bad situation. All the same thing, you know?
it's something we've all got to live with.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer to it myself.
Even Harley says, lucky John, good for him. Yeah, but then he's got to, you know, his grandpa was his dude, you know, and, you know, it just sucks. Everybody dies and it sucks. AJ put up 5,700 tanks, but there you go. Here's one for you.
Can't find an emoji, huh?
No. That's our goal in life, is to find drinking words that have no emoji.
Yeah,
attached.
there you go.
That's going to drive
Yeah.
what's his name, his real name, Raheem, you know, crazy.
Hey, Joey time. You made it.
Oh yeah, remember I was
Terry
talking to
time?
you? Yeah.
Oh,
Remember I was telling you that I haven't seen her with her. I went back and she's still there.
I
First, you know,
told you
she
that.
was still there all the time.
She's always in the videos. It's just that I'm sorry, Terry. My timing's been really late because when I put them out early, she's number one. But when I mess them
Well,
up, put
that's
them
the
out
problem.
later and this and that.
Remember I
or
told you
whatever.
consistency mattered.
But
They get used to watching the videos with their morning coffee, and then if they're not there and they come out at like 3 in the afternoon, they're off doing something and forgot all about OFR, you know? So
sorry,
consistency
Terry.
really helps. I mean, I go after the live stream, or I'm sorry, I go after my 3 days of 16-hour shifts, and then this week I only got 2 hours on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, and then I only got an hour and a half on Thursday morning working these 16-hour shifts because the doctors come through with Tracy and all that. And I was just like, I was dead to the world, but yet I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning making the video for Friday, you know? And then, you know, Friday came and I got to sleep all day today till I think it was 1 o'clock I came out. And I felt so much better. I got 8, 12, I got 5 hours sleep last night. Feels a world of difference.
So Terry Time says she's been with us ever since we did the Big Betty rescue.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been around for a long time.
Oh, that was
Thank
you
you.
and Will.
No,
Big Betty?
Big Betty was me and Tracy.
Who did we get? Steven. What was Steven?
Steven?
In New York or Coney Island.
That was
17
Paco.
Oh, Paco, okay.
That was me, you, and Will, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. And Charlie was the Dorkman Mall.
Charlie was a Dort Mall. And then there was that other one we got from that ignorant lady in West Virginia. Really fat, really big. She wanted it back. She got a 1,500-gallon tank. We gave it to her back.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? I went down to West Virginia like 3 times. 1 to pick her up, 2 to go down and help them set up the tank and hook up all the filtration.
Remember
3 to bring the fish down there, but I don't remember its name. It was just like Big Betty, but it was big Macy, big Marcia, big something. I forget her name.
I equal the star. Thank you. $2. You're doing a good job, Reep. We love you.
Hey Jerry, how you doing? I'm chopped liver. You're chopped liver. Nice. He's the only one getting the accolades. Me and you ain't shit. And you won't even shake my hand. I'm even less.
I gotta say it.
Wow. Fuck you, Reaper. Oh shit.
That's like we were at Kentucky. It was the second time we were down there with JP.
Yeah.
And everybody knew how I loved
JP Merlo is a deacon,
Right.
preacher friend of mine.
And anyways, we were down there doing the Mammoth Show, and we had our
Oh
table
yeah,
set
the
up.
Mammoth Cave show. That was
Right,
great.
right.
We had so
I
much fun.
know. And so we were doing that, and then that's when I was eating a lot, especially because I found White Castle.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know they're still open. And somebody came in, and you and I are sitting there, and they're like, "Hi, Reep, this and that." And you're like, "Really?" And they said, "We got something for you." And they brought me a 20-pack.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I opened them up, and I started eating, and you started going up. These are mine, buddy. Of course, he got some, but at first, it was
He's my
like-
buddy. He ain't going to eat him in front of me and not give me one.
But yeah,
Or
people
seven.
were actually, and who else was it? Oh God, either Steve or Dennis, I can't remember. But his wife and them, when we went to do the rescue, and they said, "You can't leave yet," and it came out, and they had a 20-pack of them.
Yeah,
You know, people were actually getting me White Castles to take
And that was in
home. That was
Kentucky,
awesome.
you know?
Yeah,
I was down there in hillbilly land,
I know.
where you get treated like family.
That was awesome.
People don't understand when they come here and I treat them like family. They're like, "This ain't normal." He offered me a room. There's something wrong with this guy. We're gonna get a hotel. I got 3 empty rooms. You can stay. You don't have to drive back tonight. I'm not trying to pull something sneaky or anything else. I'm being genuinely nice.
I like that suggestion of putting eels in that.
And put doing what?
Eels in that tube
Okay.
tank.
Here's the thing.
And Sue Ann's thinking it would make a great puffer tank. I just seen that.
Okay. Here's the thing, guys. I appreciate all your thoughts and all that, but I have my own thought. And here's what's going to happen. The tank that I have, the big-headed carp, the Chinese high-fin banded sharks, and all the clown loaches in, we have never once had to clean algae off that tank. It is crystal clear. It looks like there's no water in the tank. There's never no algae on the tank glass. I'm going to take all those plants and all those fish and put them into this big 750 from the 265 they're in, and do the same thing. But I'm going to add more plants and just cover it with plants to where we never have to clean that one. And we can add in more clown loaches and more other fish and make it, that kind of tank to where we don't have to bother it. Plus, we can get that 265 or 240 out of the walkway to where we have to walk, like we only got this much room. I'm going to go this way. About this much room. And I can't walk through there with my shoulders. I have to turn sideways a little bit to get through there. So, we can eliminate that tank.
Anyway, thank you very much. Equals star $10. So we
Thank
love
you.
you all. Just getting reaps and flowers. Thanks for being a great fishy family. All right, we won't give you no more shit.
No. If you're family, we got to give you shit. That's
about the way it works around here.
Yeah. We don't pick on you unless we love you. Isn't that right, Beefcake Bob?
It's all right, Hoarder.
A hoarder. Of course, Jerry's going to find the worst thing he can call me.
Well, collector, hoarder, very slight difference. How the hell?
Let's put that mean emperor cichlid in that tank, and he gets stuck in the middle cylinder.
Baiting for Diamond says, hopefully y'all didn't have a bad weather yesterday. Tornadoes were touching down everywhere. I tell you what, it went from 74, I think it was, day before.
Into the 40s. And
no, it dropped down to 29 overnight and then 34 during the day. It was crazy.
I came over, it just started drizzling when we did the video, when we moved the gazebo and everything.
Yeah.
And then we all came back in. I finished my last beer. And then all of a sudden, I think it was Rick was his name, your helper?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he came in to sign off, and we looked at the sky, and I'm like, I think I'm leaving too. And by the time we left the back patio, we all got up to the front and went out the front door. It was downpouring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had some, new tires. Thank God for Mark getting me them new tires. I'm going home and all that rain.
Mark bought you new tires?
Yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have even been able to get out. My tires were so bad. But all of a sudden, I see the lights in front of me.
Hydroplaning's kind of cool sometimes.
No.
He said no.
All of a sudden, all the cars in front of me are hitting their brakes. So I hit my brakes, and I didn't even see it because it was dark and everything. And it was a wave of water. A wave hit the windshield. I'm like, fuck, don't hit nothing. And finally, the wipers did their thing, and they were all up there. But I didn't even move. I went
right through it.
It was awesome. That was my old, I'd been off the road. Well, I wouldn't have been driving.
Worst case, you smash somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you do smash somebody else from the ass end, it's always your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to me only once, and that was in the service.
Okay, Summerlee says hoarding rich. Listen, I am not a hoarder, but when somebody comes over with a truck full of stuff, there's filters. We don't need none of your filters, right? But I'm sure you people do, and you want to come by and get a free filter, no problem. I give away stuff all the time. Somebody buys a 55 gallon from us for like $40. I'll give them the lights. I'll give them,
Right, well,
filters, heaters,
You need
gravel.
stuff to go with it.
Yeah, and I give that stuff away. So
Thank
it's
you
not me
so
being a
much.
hoarder. A hoarder can never give away anything.
Right.
I keep stuff that other people would want, and at my expense, because it makes my house look like Sanford and Son in the backyard.
Thank you, Summer. Now you know how I feel. Trying to justify I'm not Beefcake Bob.
You're now you look like Beefcake Bob. What are you doing, Jerry? That's what Beefcake Bob would have done.
What time is the Tracy update? 6:30.
At 6:30, it's time for the Tracy
Oh,
update,
yes,
guys.
Yep.
I'm going to leave this here so we can pick up back off where we left off on the
Chat.
chats. Thank you. And we'll start the Tracy update. I know last week I said this week was going to be the big Tracy reveal and all this stuff. I put together a bunch of video, a bunch of stuff, and I didn't finish. But then Reaper said he was coming this week, so I'd never even finished. So the whole big story of Tracy and the origins and how it happened and how it led up to it, because looking back, we can piece it together how things happened. We didn't know at the time. The hospital didn't know, and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be next week now. And we're just going to do, Reaper here tonight. So as far as Tracy update, we had a situation this week that was pretty bad. But we got through it, and Tracy's back to normal now. She's doing great. She's always at 100. She's doing awesome. And we don't have to worry about anybody coming to the door and coming in, because that nurse already came like Tuesday night or something. And so she ain't coming tonight. This is the basic. But anyways, what had happened was it was last Sunday, and we had a weekend nurse here. I'm not going to mention names or nothing, but so it was just not one of the main nurses. And she was here, and so I went in and went to sleep. I guess because ever since Tracy came, I remember 3 weeks back, she came home from the hospital having pneumonia and all that. Well, they put a Foley in her and a pee bag. And it made life so much nicer for us. We don't have to change that brief or anything. It drains into the pee bag. We can monitor how much. We can see how clear it is, because you can get a estimate of how they're doing by the clarity of their pee. If it's too dark, she needs more water. If it's got sediment in it, something's happening. Stuff like that. Well, we thought Tracy had a UTI, because it looked like salt particles in her pee line. So on the pee line going down at one of the loops, you can see hard crystallized salt in there. And you try and pinch it, you can feel it was hard. So, we called the doctor and this and that, and, the day went by, and then it was Sunday. And, I went to sleep. The nurse, I got up, I think it was noon, and I'm outside working with community service. At 10 to 5, the nurse calls me in there. And I come walking in there, and she's starting to talk to me and tell me things. And I walked into the room. I'm like, holy shit. Tracy's face was as red as this chair. Like she had been outside all day and it was burnt. Her face was so red. And then there was sweat all over the pillow. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with Tracy? She goes, I don't know. I fed her breakfast. She didn't pee. I fed her lunch. She didn't pee. And I fed her dinner. And she still hasn't peed. So first thing I did is I looked at the pee bag, not even a drop in it. It was straight white. So then the second thing I did, I reached over, I took the blanket down, and I felt Tracy's belly. Oh. It was like a bowling ball. It was so hard and so big and sweating profusely. I've never seen Tracy sweat this much. All the bed beside her was soaking wet. On her legs, the pillows and everything was soaking wet. She was her body was trying to sweat out all this extra pee in her system. So I'm like, oh my God. So first thing I did, I take off the catheter or the Foley, I take off the line going to the bag. I put on a syringe, filled it with distilled water, and I put it on there, and I tried positive pressure, negative pressure. Nothing. It was plugged. I couldn't push in, I couldn't pull out. And I did this like 10 times. And at that point, I'm like, oh my God, she can't pee and it's plugged. We got to rip this out of her. So I pulled the whole Foley out, thinking she's going to release all over the brief, the diaper and the mother's pads and the pads. And nothing came out. Now in my mind, she's so swollen in there that her urethra is plugged shut. I have to get a catheter back up in there. We don't have a spare. We've been trying for 3 months to get a spare. Well, we get one a month from this company. So anyways, I take it, I turn on the water, scalding hot. It goes up to 160, which is normally hot for a house. Usually a house is around 140. Ours is set at 160. It's one of those inline heaters. And I put it under the water, and I negative pressure, positive pressure. I finally work it open, and I get it cleared. I held it under the 160-degree water, which sterilizing is 180 or more. So I knew I'm going to give her a UTI if she didn't already have one, which we think she did. So I took this thing, I dried it off, I opened up a new pack of lube, and I put it on there, and then I went in and put her catheter back in until I saw pee coming out. At that point, I hooked it back up to the bag, and she just released. And there was so much sediment, and it was like big, fluffy white stuff. It wasn't hard little crusts of corn, like salt. It was big, fluffy stuff that I couldn't feel. If I pinched the tube, it would just move out of the way. So it filled up the bag instantly, just boom. And Tracy's belly went down and all that. And we called the doctor and left him messages, but nothing. The next morning, I go to get up to, call the doctor and follow through because she's going to need some sort of antibiotics. I know, because if she didn't have UTI, I just gave her one by reusing a Foley. Catheter Foley, it's the same thing. Okay. The nurses call it a Foley. We all call it a catheter. It's the same thing, basically. But anyways, so I get her back to normal, and her temperature comes down, her sweating reduced, her belly came down, everything's better. They sent a nurse out, and they took blood cultures and urine samples and immediately put her on IV antibiotics. So once a day, the doctor would show up here for 3 days and put a new IV antibiotic on her. On the third day, we got the cultures back, and they said, yes, she did have UTI. It was most likely there before you did the Foley thing, but that's what caused the sediment that plugged up the Foley and this and that. So now they decided to keep her on the same IV antibiotic for 2 more days, which today was the last day. And she is just so much better, so much more comfortable. So she don't sweat no more. It's just doing so good. And she's back to being normal Tracy again. So yeah, we had a big time scare. And then, the doctor that was here was like, it's amazing that you was able to, figure out to remove the Foley, clean it, and put it back in, even though, yes, you shouldn't use an unsterile, catheter, but that's what saved her, because she could have had a stroke over this. I mean, she was impacted. Her bladder could have ruptured. She could have died over this, So the using the same Foley and putting it back in to relieve the pee, because she wouldn't pee on her own after I removed the catheter, relieved her. So if we'd have waited another day, she may have, it could have ruptured, and it would have all been bad. So that happened. We got that together. And to me, it's like fixing cars. I can pretty much analyze something and figure out what's wrong. I know she has to pee. And I even said something to the nurse about, why didn't you call me earlier? Why didn't you call me after she didn't pee after breakfast? Blah, blah, blah. Wake me up. I don't care. I'd have figured it out earlier, and she wouldn't have got to this bad, level. But Tracy's back to normal now, and she's doing great. She's, her oxygen's 100. Where's my phone at? One of these?
Nope.
No.
No, that's mine.
This one. Okay. Well, they're all black.
I know.
They all look the same.
I know.
Here's all 3 phones. Oh, you got two phones and he's got one. That's, oh my God. I'm not supposed to be confused around that. All right. What was I was going to Tracy. Let me go to the ring camera. I don't have Tracy on the camera because I can hear her through here. But even right now, she's at 99. And she looks comfortable as can be. So she's doing good now. And everything's back to normal. But you know, also this week we got so much done. I mean, just from the last video, holy crap! Everything that was all winter long, it took us to fill that carport, and then in one day we got most of it organized, like an organized chaos against the wall, and then we put all the other boxes right in front of it that we still got to organize, and made room. Before we couldn't walk in there. Now all the same stuff is in there, but organized neatly. And the new tanks are in there, and we can still walk all the way to the back. It's crazy. So I don't know. We got a lot of work done while, you know, Tracy was sick.
The hell is red in the middle of the screen?
I don't know, but there's somebody here. Oh, that's Reaper walking out. Oh, that's the chair, you goofball.
Oh,
It's right next to you, Jerry.
everybody!
Yeah, smoke some more.
I can't even remember what the trigger was anymore.
Tank. So, yeah, Tracy's done really well, and she's doing good to her. Now I can relax. Plus, this happened, and this is part of the Tracy update. I was having problems with Tracy's camera always cutting off. You know, I go outside and it cuts off. I lose, you know, Wi-Fi all the time. Even close to it, it'll run for 10 minutes and shut off, and I have to redo it. So when I take Tracy's little iPad or something, what is it called, Samsung tablet, I take the tablet outside with me or something, and it keeps cutting off. It's aggravating to me. I noticed that at my son's house, because, you know, okay, here's my thinking. A phone should get 56K, you know, speeds. Well, with the Breeze Line, I was getting anywhere from 50 to 90, and I thought that was good. Until I went to my son's house, and he don't have no I've got 9, it's called a mesh Wi-Fi. I've got 9 routers meshed together all the way through the back of the house, so that even the gazebo out there has Wi-Fi. But it's all shitty Wi-Fi. It's 50 to 90, you know, megabytes per second or whatever. And then I went to Josh's house, and I'm down in his basement, which is like 70 feet away from his living room where the modem comes in at and his router is. And I was getting 400 megabytes per second there. I'm like, holy shit, Josh.
Sorry.
Also, my front doorbell, when people would ring it, I would say hello, and then it would lock up on us. So I had to go answer the door anyway. I could never hear my ring doorbell. This is how shitty the Wi-Fi was here. And here, I found out it's the Breeze Line's Wi-Fi is okay, pretty good. But once I hooked it up to the Eros, which were what Breeze Line suggested you use, the Eero extenders and I mesh Wi-Fi'd it together all the way outside. I'm thinking I'm doing good, and here it's having a problem. The router having a problem talking to the modem. Then the router is extending all these bad signals it's getting from the modem. So I never had good Wi-Fi here, but I'm paying for gigabyte network. So on the live streams, you know, that's great. It does great, you know. But now I went to Spectrum, and the guy that came out here, salesman, he gave me a month free to try it. So we ran a separate line to the house, hooked up the Spectrum, and in my living room, I'm getting 1,109 megs per second on my phone, gigabyte network. I'm like, holy shit, it's all Wi-Fi 7. And so then I got 3 of their extenders for $5 each a month. And I hooked up 2 of them today. My front doorbell works immaculate. I can talk no matter where. If I'm in the backyard, I can talk to my front doorbell, no problem. It does not lock up. It's not garbled. I can hear everything. So in sense, now Tracy's cameras, which are 4K, but on terrible Wi-Fi, they kick down to 2K. And if it's even worse Wi-Fi, it'll kick down to 1080p. The problem was I couldn't read her numbers next to her on her machines. Now I can read the numbers, no problem. I can zoom in and I leave the tablet on zoomed in and I got her face and I got the numbers right there. I got everything I need and it never drops. It never stops. And it used to be, I could be in the living room and I could wave at the camera and then look down at my phone. There we go. Now I'm waving at the camera. It was like a 2-second delay.
Not, almost like the delay here.
Not the Spectrum. I'm waving at the camera and I see it instantaneously. It was like crazy. So the camera quality around here has gone way up. It's instantaneous. The quality of the Ring doorbells are, they make me ecstatic. It's so much better. Everything's in 4K. I can see much clearer. You know, it's just so much nicer. And it's $10 cheaper than BreezeLine. So now I've got 9 Eero 6s and 6 Pros that I can sell for 30, 40 bucks a piece and, you know, make some money off of that. Get them out of there, you know. And I can shut off my BreezeLine cable at $79 a month because now I'm paying $50 a month for the Spectrum plus $15 for the 3 extenders, which are 2,000 feet apiece. So that's $65. Now that's for gigabyte network and 3 extenders. On the BreezeLine, I was paying $79 and I didn't have no extenders. I bought my own extenders, you know. So now I can shut that off and I save some money and get way better internet. Right now, I did a test out in the fish room and I had 1,015 megs per second. I was like, holy shit, out in the fish room, which we could never, our fish cameras, you guys always ask why we don't do a camera, you know,
a live stream out there,
or a live stream out there, because it wouldn't handle it. It was just, it showed blockiness on the video and then it would cut you off. It was horrible. Now we got good internet out there. So
it's all because of Tracy.
All because of Tracy. Well, I was worried about her cameras and it was pissing me off all the time that they'd cut out like that.
That was the trigger.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Yeah. So let me see anything else with Tracy. Our weekend nurse called off the entire weekend, so I don't know if we're going to have anybody tomorrow or Sunday. And I just worked 3 16-hour shifts in a row. The first night I had, 4 hours sleep. The second night I had 2 hours. The third night I only had an hour and a half of sleep. And I was dealing with the doctors, showing up and calling and all that stuff. So, man, last night I went to sleep and I didn't wake up. I got a straight, I think it was
about 5 hours.
8 to 12, and I woke up at 1:30, something like that. So 5.5 hours I got. And I tell you what, I feel a difference. There is a difference when you get to sleep 5 hours as opposed to 4 or 2, It's amazing difference. I don't hurt as much as I normally. I woke up aching and sore. I mean, sleep really does rejuvenate your body. I felt like a young kid today all day. Every night, if I could take melatonin and sleep 8 hours, oh my God, I'd be so much more healthy. I mean, taking care of Tracy for the last six years took a toll on me. All this lack of sleep and everything, and then nurses calling off, and when nurses call off, they don't give a shit. I'm saying the nursing company don't give a shit. Oh, we couldn't find anybody to cover the shift. Well, I have to cover this shift. I'm already working, 80 some hours a week with Tracy and 30 hours a week with the community service. Now I got to work another 12-hour shift for this nurse. And now I've got 2 weekend nurses, didn't show up. So now I've got Saturday and Sunday, 12 hours a day, 12 hours a day. It takes its toll. It really does. But, I'm not talking like I'm going to quit. I'm just saying when I get a chance to sleep more, I feel a big difference. I feel alive, awake. I feel younger. I get up. I feel spry. I jump up. It's crazy. So 24/7 webcam coming soon. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into it now and figure out how to do it, because the only way I know how to do it is to buy another laptop and have it out there and OBS software running constantly and have a camera hooked up to it, basically like live streaming like we are here out there. And I don't have a spare laptop. So there's no other way to hook it up that I know of, but I'm going to have to check into that to see.
Hardy Jen said, yeah, live stream on the other channel. Do you still have that other channel, that live channel? I think we do.
I have Reaper's channel. I have another channel for we were going to do the live streams on.
Yeah.
I still have that channel.
If we put it on that, it'd be running out there all the time.
Another
And
live
then-
stream
then all
though.
we'd
So I
have
need
to-
a whole nother laptop.
And
Is
all
my
we'd
point.
have to do is sit out there and bullshit.
We could do the live stream from there. Take the
Do it.
live streams off of this channel and do it on that channel again, like we were planning. We could do that. So we've got a lot to think about, a lot to investigate, a lot to look into. The easiest way to live stream a tank 24/7, and that same channel we'll take on Friday nights and do it. So it won't be on this channel no more if we do it that way. See, Crazy Cichlid says taking care of your loved ones does not work. Yes, the fuck it is. I love Tracy and I'll never stop taking care of her. She is my family, but it's a lot of work, and not just work, but you know, everybody else is over all day long. I'm up, I'm doing the community service. We're doing the work outside. We're doing the videoing, and then everybody else goes home and goes to sleep. And I have to stay up all night and, you know, continue watching Tracy. Then when the nurse gets here at 8 o'clock in the morning, I can go to sleep and get up to 4 hours because the community service is going to be here at noon tomorrow. But, you know, a lot of people keep calling me, you know, and I can't shut my phone off because I need it open for emergency services for the doctors and this and that. So, I don't know. Yeah, Sue Ann says nobody was showing up for the lives on the other channel. Well, we will do the lives and we'll have a shortcut to it on where the only place I put a shortcut now on the OFR, or I'm sorry, Ohio Fish Rescue 501c3. Oil Lucky says any rescues coming up. Not sure if that's been asked. Yeah, Reaper did like 3 in the last couple of weeks.
We got one more coming up with Helen.
With Helen, yeah.
Yeah, we just waiting for
Coy.
the weather to change a little bit.
No, she said it's now it's ready and she has to
Well,
go.
I know it's ready.
Okay,
She's
but-
just waiting for us to get out there and
Right.
you know,
Well,
so-
she told me when she called me yesterday that it's got to be in the next few days. So did you call her since yesterday?
Nope.
You
And
you told me you were going to call
I
her
called her
today.
today, right? But I didn't have a chance because I had
Okay.
like the reason I left here.
Well,
I'm dealing with the car and this and that and other
she
stuff.
don't know none of that. All she knows is I said
No.
you'd call and then you haven't. So can you go out in the hallway and call her real quick and let her find out exactly what her timeline is, so that you know then you have something to figure out when you can go. You know, right now it's just wasted time. She's waiting since yesterday for you to call.
I talked to her before. She's in no hurry. She told me.
No, well, she told me she was in a hurry now. That's
Okay,
what I was.
I'll
She
find
called
out.
me to find out
But-
why.
If it's in the next few days, we got a problem.
No,
Yeah, Mark and them are gone. Everybody's leaving tomorrow.
I'll go do it, Reed. I'll go do it.
I'm just saying, you and I can do it. I just don't have nobody but me for the next 3 days. Mark's taking off tomorrow with John to go down to West Virginia.
I told this lady
Tuesday.
to call, so I'm going to call her myself. I
that'd
can't.
be
It's hard to
really-
rely on other people with this bullshit.
I'll give her a call. Take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you,
Jeez.
thank you. And so I say something to somebody, I keep my word, you know, and it aggravates me that I don't. You know? You told me yesterday you were going to call her today. Okay, Exocon says, hey, Rich, I wanted to ask you, do you have the snapper turtles behind the pool pond in the white crate still? No. We found it at home, and what's in the white crate, I think, is goldfish, right? Or is that koi?
Goldfish, there's a couple of koi in there.
Small, 6-inch.
Yeah, there's a couple of koi in there that are about a foot.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen in there in a while. The one unsilenced voice says, just try once being a caretaker. Full time for family. I hope you never need to, because then you'll understand what work really is. 41 or 419 Royal says turtle got rehomed. I believe you are correct. John Doe. Is that our John? Come on, John. Is that you, buddy? He goes, I hate when employees don't follow orders.
Yeah,
He's
that's
laughing.
John. That's John.
How you doing, buddy? We were just talking about you earlier.
That's probably why he's on.
Texas 95 says, when are you all going to move the tortoise to the side of the house? Well, normally we'd wait until a warm weather and then we'd put him out there. But obviously you don't watch every video. We rehomed him, what, 3-4 weeks ago?
Oh, the snapper?
Chompers.
Oh, Chompers, yeah.
About a month ago.
Oh, beautiful place too. Beautiful site.
Yeah. I was reluctant on finding Chompers a home because I really liked Chompers, but everybody was ragging on me that his, winter enclosure ain't that big and this and that. But, his summer enclosure is great. And, he had a good summer out there. And, the point was, somebody else is going to take him and build him a dog house and have him in a pen. That's no different than here. But now we got him a place that he's going to have full run around of acres of grass to eat and all that stuff. So he went to a better place, and that's the only reason I let him leave.
Yeah, that rescue before.
Because now I feel bad if I don't let him go there because I'm not doing what's best for him.
Right.
I'm being selfish.
Yeah. And
Harley Jem says, not our John Doe. Okay.
oh, okay. That's what
Ronaldo says, hey, Rich, this summer, will you be expanding the back pond? You have been talking about it for a while. Probably not. This summer, we're working on putting in the barn and taking down the other barn and putting in the playground for the grandkids. That's our main things for this summer. Raheem says, missing Chompers. Oh, yeah. John Doe says, I'm from New York City. Not sure the same John. No, John's from West Virginia now. He was from Cleveland, but now he's from West Virginia.
Yeah.
And Texas, or who was it? John Doe is the one that said, I hate when employees don't follow an order. Reaper's not really an employee. We started that channel, me and Josh, and then we gave it to Reaper to help him out. He can do because he does pickups anyway. He can do the pickups and video that. And then, he can also make the income from it. And, that's how that came about. So now, he's got his channel, which is still our channel. But, we've got our channel we're trying to, worry about. And, we might open up this third channel back again and try and get it going where you guys can see the 24/7. I can change. The camera has got like a 100-foot cord to it, the underwater camera. I can change from different tanks every day. Today is going to be the 750. Today is going to be the 58,000-gallon pool. Today is going to be the 4,400. And I can keep changing tanks, no problem. Ken Cummings says, you have a list of stuff or a lot of stuff for your yard sale this year. Not really. We didn't do it last year, but the year before, man, I had so much more, like 3 times more, plus a whole bunch of tanks. So this year, it's not going to be as many tanks as it is a bunch of stuff you guys need. Lids, lights, heaters, decorations, gravel, air pumps, air hosing. I've got dosers in there. I've got automatic fill things in there. I got almost a 5-foot protein skimmer sitting right there. I got bunches of stuff, and lots of it is in brand new in boxes. So this year should prove to be pretty good. But I think what we're going to do on this year's sale is set up a $1 table, a $2 table, a $5 table. 2 years ago we had all the heaters on one table, and then there was $5 heaters, $3 heaters, $1 heaters. And, it's just easier. I don't know, because we still got to mark each individual one, because the lady, usually it's Lori Gypsy Kish. She sits there and takes all the money in. So she's got to see the sticker on the unit to know how much to charge for it, So we can't put like $1 on this table and then have everything go. She'll get an armful load of stuff and she won't know what anything prices. We have to put an individual sticker on every single thing, So it's going to take us probably a good part of the week to set it up, set up the tents, set up the tables, set up all the stuff out there, and then come Friday, it's on. We open the gate and let people in.
Yeah.
Oh, Sue Ann, she said same. We're coming up a couple of days early to help set up. Awesome.
We'll get a specific day set up to do it. I'm glad to see you guys again.
John Doe says, when people call you, so they look down at you and you rescue if there's no call back. I spoke to Joshy about Frontosa that breed like pigs. I wanted to rehome, but was too far away and decided to keep them. Gotcha. Yeah, so a lot of people are like, you know, I get a call from somebody in California. I have a 4-inch goldfish and I want it to go to your rescue. You going to drop it off? No, I thought you guys pick up. Well, we do when, you know, we have like 7 or 8 rescues lined up in that direction. We'll go that way and we'll pick them all up at once. We can't travel from Ohio to California for one goldfish.
I'm remembering that lady that flew her goldfish into us.
Yeah, we
Had
had
to pick them up there.
we had a lady, and this is a crazy story. Listen to this. We had a lady and her husband, you know, said, we have some fancy goldfish. We want to come to you guys, period. I love your setup, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I told them, you know, I used to have a whole tank of fancy goldfish. I would love to have them in my collection. And, you know, you can watch them on the videos. Well, they go, well, we'll bring them down. And I'm like, where are you coming from? And they said, I think it was like Minnesota or something. And they're like, yeah, no. I'm flying them down. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I said, that's a long drive. He goes, no. About an hour and a half flying. And I'm like, you're going to spend all that money on tickets to bring your goldfish? He goes, no, I have my own plane. I'm like, oh, okay. No problem. So we had to meet him at Medina Airport. Now, Medina Airport, me and Jerry drove in there. I got my black van with a big trailer hooked up on the back. And we go to the airport, no security. We get out, we open the gate, and we drive in. Because over here is the airport runway. Over here is like a bunch of like, I don't know, storage sheds, hangars. Okay. So we open up the gate and we drive in. Nobody stops us. Nobody comes, you know, we didn't get surrounded by cops, nothing. We're driving by all these hangars where all these planes, you know, are parked inside. And then we come out here and we're like, oh, maybe it's over there. So we're driving and we realize we're driving on the runway. We're on the runway of this airport. And at the same time, the guy calls and says, I'm touching down now. And we see a plane touching down and he's like the runway next to us. And we pull in and park over here by this like pavilion. And he idles his plane right at this parking lot right next to us. It was crazy. I get out of my van. He gets out of his plane. He opens his back door. He hands us these things of fish with water. We put him in our van. We shake hands and he leaves. And then I leave. This is like the shadiest drug deal ever, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? I could have been picking up pounds of cocaine. Nobody stopped us. There was no police. There was no guards. There was no nothing.
We were actually back behind on the runway with the planes instead of up in the receiving area and the public area. We were all the way back behind
where they
there.
parked the planes. Yeah. And then we
go
took
right
the
up-
runway over to the receiving area.
We were but 20 feet from
We didn't
that
get
plane.
arrested. We didn't get surrounded by ice. Nothing. It was it was
And
crazy.
we just drove right back out again.
Yeah. And never got, you know, confronted. It could have been drugs. You know what I'm saying?
could have been
It was
a hundred.
fish, but it could have been drugs or something. And it'd been that easy. I can't
It could have
believe it.
been anything.
Yeah. My point is, I've never seen an airport like that there's absolutely zero security. I mean, we could have knocked down one of the doors to the hangars and took a plane and you know, took it off and flew it. Reaper knows how to fly. We could have taken it out.
I do. I was a pilot.
They did not stop us. They did not. Nobody came. It was crazy.
I've handled a Cessna.
Me too. Cessna 152,
Look,
172.
Sue Ann says private airstrips are very lax.
Whichever
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
I've never seen anything as lax as that. I was like, Jerry, we're on the runway. Oh my God, we're going to go to jail. And we're looking around and nobody's getting us. And I pull off of here. It was the craziest thing. It was crazy. John Doe says, got stuff I wanted to donate. 150 setup, 125 setup, 90-gallon saltwater setup, 150-gallon, and something feet cabinet, other stuff and more. But the distance, where you from, John Doe? What's the distance? Because see, stuff like that can make us money, and we sell whatever we need to cover the cost of the trip. And then our man Reaper goes, he gets to visit Arizona, Minnesota, New York. You know, he goes all over the place. He loves that shit.
Connecticut.
Yeah, you've been there. Yeah, Maine. We went to Maine. Yeah.
Rick
Crazy.
Wooden says he's
Indiana,
trying to take time off to come out and help.
Kentucky.
Oh, John Doe says Long Island. That's another 8-9 hour trip.
Oh,
That's an 8-hour trip. That's an Eric trip.
It's an Eric trip. We can see Eric while we're there.
No, well, now he's in Tennessee.
Oh, that's right. Damn it. You people got to stop moving on us.
We went out there to move and sit back here, so
That's
we
right.
could go.
Long Island's an overnight.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else. Was Reaper a pilot? You had your pilot license.
I had my junior or student pilot license. I had one test to take to get my license, but I never took it because I started drinking again.
Damn it,
But I had
dude.
quit drinking and I had quit smoking and everything. So I did it and I flew all over. I took my mom up. I took my buddies up. You never went up. My dad wouldn't go up. But yeah, I was flying, and I was flying at Sky Park. There is no tower. There's nobody there. You sign in. I had an account. I paid so much in the account. And then if I wanted, depending on if it was a 152. 152 is a 2-seater. 172 is a 4-seater.
Okay.
So I'd usually do a 152 because I'm by myself. Once I got my solo, which I did in no time, I still got my flight book, my gear, my computer. I got my flight
So
bag.
did you fly to Columbia and back?
No. But we would go to Pittsburgh and do left land turns on the thing and go to these little specialty place. I mean, it was like a whole group down there.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, because the runway was here and it'd go off, and then you had 2 streets. And you could take your plane down the streets, and then your house was there on an acre of land with a hangar.
I've seen
And you
those.
pull it right in, and then your cars went in between the 2 planes on the side of your hangar.
Huh.
And the guy who he owned Bugaboo and Peekaboo, the 2
Okay.
strip joints, west side, east
Yeah.
side, and he flew. He had a beach cub or beach crab or beach cub. I can't remember.
Piper
the name.
Cub?
Piper Cub. But we used to fly, and I told him about the place because flying was expensive. I was doing all the remote control. You were doing the boats. I was doing the planes. And I got into the guy, and he turned me into it. It's like he got his plane stuck in a tree. I climbed that fucking
Did you?
tree. I brought it down to him, and I was his best friend. And, he goes, "Oh, you motherfucker." And then he had a real plane, and it took me to Sky Park and showed me, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? So I took it to Donnie, who had a real plane, and I'm like, what about this place? He goes,
Donnie?
"Look
Same
at
Donnie I know?
Donnie owned the 2 strip
Oh, them
joints.
2. Okay.
And next thing you know, guess what? He owns one of the fucking houses with the goddamn hangar on the end, and there's where he's living now.
Oh, really?
So that's where I used to fly out of. You just would put your name on the board, what day you were going, what plane you want. You'd show up, you'd unlock, get the keys, you'd go out, you'd get the plane, you'd bring it over, check,
They
fluids,
supplied the
water,
plane and
this and
everything?
that, everything, yes. I'd fill it with oil,
Dude, call
gas,
him.
this
Tell
and
him we're on our way.
that. Bam, and I would take off and fly. I'd go to Lost Nations, this and that.
We got to go to
whatever.
Long Island and
Uh-huh.
bring back some tanks.
But,
How are them planes that hauling loads?
I wasn't, not
Not like that. Sorry, John Doe.
Suitcase of cocaine, that's different, but no, don't talk about anything like that.
Is that a new member? Or the one on Silence Voice? Welcome to Goldfish.
Mm,
Yeah, she
It's
she
not a
joined the
super chat.
memberships.
It's just welcoming a new member.
Yeah. But
Okay.
she joined Goldfish.
Welcome
Helen-
on Silence
Helen is fine,
Voice.
like I said.
Okay.
Helen and I, we got this cool thing because my mom's name was,
Helen.
that's right.
Okay.
And when we first talked, that was the first thing. She's an elderly lady. She's probably my mom's age. She's actually a World War II vet.
Oh, really? When I'd go over Reaper's house, I'd spend half my time sitting in the kitchen talking to his mom.
But so we have this, and she when she found out I was Reaper, she goes, like in Grimm? I'm like, well, no, not really, but she goes, I'm going to call you Mr. Reaper. As soon as I answer the phone, she goes, Mr. Reaper. I'm like, hi, Ellen. So
Nice.
she's just concerned about the fish.
Well, she asked
wants to
me
make
if she
sure
wanted an update. She
they're-
said,
yeah.
so-
So she understands everything. She understands that they can't be fed, this and that, and they're good to go. There's a pump there, her son. In fact, you remember we only had that one little time length because she had to go up to Canada.
Yeah.
She had to do a wedding, and it was for her grandson. And she was telling me a story how her grandson used to come there when he was upset and this and that, and she would find him just sitting out at the pond for hours, just staring. Yes, staring at the fish. And now he wants to do a pond up in Canada where he's living.
Oh, then why don't he take her fish?
So, well, he can't, and he doesn't know what he's got some diagrams.
Okay,
She said this and that, and the temperature up there, so he doesn't know if he can do koi or what he's going to do. But
You know what he needs to do up
wants
there?
do something.
A bunch of pike and muskie.
But
Then you can fish your pond, catch and release.
yeah, but
You're talking 5 acres?
her husband died 4 months ago, so she's in
I
the
know,
process
I feel for her.
of yes, and
It's hard for her to take care of the pond.
he's got all the not just that, but
Well, she was very
going
sweet on
through
the phone with me.
everything, and she's kind of lost, and and everything. So
Everybody is in that
yeah,
situation.
she's like, they're good. You got whenever you need, whatever's good for them. I just because it did go by and I didn't call her. She was just a little concerned. She wants to make sure. She goes, the fish have to go. I like my 4-legged, but I care about them. They were my husband's favorite. I
She
care
called me.
about them. I love them.
She
I
told me
want
there
to make
was
sure they
urgency.
go.
She wants to know what's going on. Did we receive anything? And I'm like, oh, let me call Reaper. And then I texted her back, or called her back, and I told her, I was like, I texted him to call you, so it'll be tonight or tomorrow. And then you didn't call her,
Yeah.
so that's what got me a little bit.
Like I
I
said,
said my word.
Yeah, like I told her, I had some trouble here myself. I was planning on calling you in the morning. I was planning to call her today, but again, I had some shit going on with my mechanic and this and that. That's why I had to leave earlier and walk out the first time because I had to talk to him and try and get the car back and figure out how to pay for it. I'm doing electric work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Are you?
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Rod in Long Island. It's real close to John Doe. You can visit there too. Contrast New York says, I'd love to visit the rescue when I drive cross country this summer from Vermont to the West Coast. Well, you know what? Plan it while you're here, because you can either get a hotel room or you stay here. You've got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame you can go see. You've got the Cleveland Aquarium you can go see. And then I've got 4 or 5, big pet stores around here that are worthy that you can go see. And then you can see the rescue here and all that stuff. There's some things to do here.
And schedule it for this is your night stop. We can, yeah.
Oh shit.
He backed up a little bit.
Yeah, we've been that close too.
What?
Where did we have to go when we went out there to see Rod? We went out there to.
That's when the trailer broke.
Right. What did we do though? I picked up a bunch of tanks from somebody.
Yeah.
And
then
then the
once-
trailer
then the trailer
broke as
broke.
we were on the way to see Rod.
Right.
And then
Didn't he come out and help you or something?
No. Well, I can't.
They paid for the hotel room or something. They did something. Brought you food or something.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but they helped out in the situation.
Yeah, and I forget the guy's name, Tucker. No, that wasn't him. But his company ended up fixing the whole thing and
Oh
extending
yeah,
it.
that metal company, the baby company.
Zach's company, right? He took
They
it
didn't
over.
extend it, but they put on a whole new
Mhm.
plate and everything, and welded it in, and got it back
Yep.
up and running for you. It's
Yep.
still working today.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Yeah, if it weren't for them, I don't know.
Rick Rudin says, hey, Joey, how you been? We've been trying to get time off to come out, see you guys. Haven't forgotten about the Frisco burger. There's no
See-
place close where I can get a Frisco burger.
See, what I read, Jerry, was, "Hey, Jerry, how you been? We're trying to get a hold of you about your, warranty for your car." Well, Rick and Maritza, we got the whole yard sale coming up soon, next month or two.
No, it's Rick already said he's going to try to plan on coming out for it.
Look at Marissa. Oh, the ones with the
Maritza.
Camaro.
Yeah.
The ones I took on the rescue.
Yeah.
I can never remember her name.
Maritza.
I know, I can never remember.
Remember the stereo Marantz? That's how I do it. Marantz. It's Maritza. You know? See now, okay, let me read it first. The one unsilenced voice says, I've been watching for a while and it's fun watching the videos and being here. Thank you. See, that's what I try and include, because I just got somebody today that said something on Reaper's video. Thanks, Reap, for showing all this. You know, I'd hate to log on to the other channel and watch, you know, more work getting done on the granddaughter's, you know, playroom. And I'm like, you douchebag.
What?
That's what he said.
On what, yours?
On yours. I went on to yours today because I deleted it.
Okay.
I'm not going to give him the pleasure of getting it out there.
You did
He
before I
don't have
saw it
nothing.
then.
Yeah.
So what did he say?
Hey, Reed, what's going on? Thanks for putting the video out today. It's a lot better than watching the other channel where you get to see the grandchildren's room being built or something like that.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I keep people informed here as to what's going on here at the rescue. Not only just the fish, because, you know, that gets boring. Oh, every day showing the fish, showing the fish, showing the fish.
Right.
So I, you know, Josh does the fish and the teaching of the fish and what he, you know, can show. And then I show what's going on here, what it takes to run the rescue, what we're doing on top of running the rescue. I mean, everything here. It's like the days of our lives at the rescue, you know? So everybody, and it was like, I swear to God, maybe 2 minutes of talking about my granddaughter's room. And then I went on to, you know, here's the trailer come in. We got to pull the van out and hook it up so that we don't flip the trailer when we're taking the tanks off, all that stuff. And the rest of the video was about tanks. So I was like, you know, dude's being a douchebag. So I just deleted his comment.
Somebody commented about Rich. Doesn't Rich ever be
shut up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that one because
And then Rich
you're right. So I know it.
I commented, how are you supposed to put a video out without talking? I'm describing what's happening, what's going on, what we're going to do with it, how it's come about, where we got it from. And then I'm like, besides, I don't talk that much or something. And then Jerry goes on there.
No, you that's not all you put on there. He says you're lucky it wasn't Jerry.
Yeah, that's what I put in
He
there.
never
Yeah.
shuts up. And then I commented to his comment.
A long comment.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It didn't go through.
Oh, I was gonna say because I seen the other guy doing some smiles, and after you did it,
Oh, did
the
he?
guy who originally posted it,
I did.
but I didn't see any other
I
replies.
even mentioned, you know, that I don't do videos because I mean, I don't have the voice for it. I mean, you check. I even said check out that stingray video I just put out.
I did see that.
Yeah, but it's you know.
And the point is, he made this long thing, and he pressed send, and it didn't go, and then he didn't feel like typing it all out again.
Oh no way I'm typing it. I'm still hunting back with it. Back to the people on the screen, man. What the
Oh shit!
Top fans.
So yeah, we've got a lot of work done this week. We've had a lot of community service here, and you know that whole carport. I can't believe we did it in a 6-hour period. I thought that's going to take us weeks to clear out. Man, we moved everything and organized everything in the tubs and did all that. I couldn't believe it. Now we've got not only everything that was under there and we had no room to walk, everything is under there organized and the new tanks are under there and we still can walk to the back. It's crazy how much more room we got. But, you know, we've got, do you see over there, Reaper? Everything's under that black, what's under that black blanket?
Oh.
That's all brand new boxes of stuff going for the yard sale. And then under the bed is packed full of stuff going for the yard sale. So we're getting ready for the yard sale.
We're getting ready for it.
But anyways, I tell people, you know, as like, I keep them informed as to what our family's doing because they're part of our family. They're the fish family, you know, and they want to know what's going on. And there's a few, like one guy, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, he's like, you know, I thought this was a fish channel, and I come out here and it's all about this and that and Harley's and granddaughter's rooms and is it a fish channel or is it what? I go, look, dude, I let people know what's going on. You know, it's that simple. And then it's also a fish channel. But every video I put out, we put out 3 videos a week. We can't always be about fish, you know. So he goes, oh, okay, that's all I needed to know. And he blocked me and left the channel. I'm like, you know, dude, you're missing out because, you know, this is a good thing, you know. Everybody loves it here. You know, you meet all new people all the time. And oh, here's another thing I came up with today. You guys hear about the bad people, and so much that that's all you remember. We're not going to talk about bad people no more. We're not going to give them the time at all. We're going to start talking about what good people did and how much good people did. And you'll never hear about bad people no more. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of having a showcase at all. So, you know, now you're only going to hear about good people and what good people do. So if you do something good, you're going to be talked about on here. We're not going to talk about the bad people do anymore.
That means we're not talking about Skylar anymore.
No, see, she does do some good things, you know. She's still,
That's a good thing.
you know, that's what Jerry did today. And me and him got sort of a little bit, you know, back and forth about it. But, you know, she does something good. Yeah, we'll mention it. I don't have to not talk about her, but, you know, she was mean when she was here. And, you know, she knows it. She apologized to me and this and that. But, you know, she moved on with her life and she's living a different life now. So if she does something good, like she comes over and volunteers for a day or something, I'll mention it. But I'm not going to mention anything bad no more. You know?
Stay away from the drama channel.
Yeah, right.
That's
All I was doing was giving these people a format to, you know, be online. So it ain't going to happen no more.
I know it's another person we don't particularly like to talk about, but that's Joey's style, is the drama. Get
Yeah,
the people
I don't
in,
want to be like Joe.
whatever drama, you know, it takes.
You know, I want to be a good person. I want to spread goodness. I want to lead by example. I want to, you know, inspire people. I want to do good in life. I want other people to do good. And, you know, talking bad about somebody isn't really being your best person. So I decided today that ain't going to happen no more. So Felix Kababble says, I like the drama, actually. He's yelling it all in caps.
Large Scott says, no more stories. What about a boring channel it will become? I think people are just teasing.
Yeah, they're teasing me. No, we'll still tell, you know, things that happen, but I'm not mentioning names and I'm not putting people on a pedestal, you know, giving them the airtime and all that, guys, you know.
No rent-free space in my head, thank you.
So yeah, you will still find out about things that happen. You know, somebody gets in an accident with the rescue mobile. I ain't gonna say who it is. It's mostly the reaper, but I ain't gonna say who it is. You've never got in an accident.
No.
But you know, if something happens,
Running out of gas a few times.
we'll tell you about it. But I'm not gonna give negative people a platform to be on our show. You know, so. Oil Lucky says, no more drama. I'm subbing. So you'll still know about everything that happens. I'm just not mentioning names and putting them people on a pedestal and giving them a throne to talk, you know? So.
Oh.
Holy shit. Bill Lynch, I thought you were our friends. He goes, I'm surprised you old men aren't talking about how many regular bowel movements are. What the hell, Bill? I thought you was our friend.
That one should have been on Super Chat. You gotta pay for that.
Yeah, dearly. Whips World says, I've been telling you that for 5 years, Rich. Well,
Yeah.
Whip, you got to speak up a little louder. I didn't hear you. You know, everybody talking about it like the drama. I think they're kidding, but you know, I was just informing everybody what happened this week, you know, and letting people know. And it's something to talk about. It fills in time. I just, you know, after the recent thing of the two couples that lived here and all the drama and all the bullshit, I'm not even mentioning their names no more. They're not part of our lives. We can move on and be better people. And if I want other people to be better, I need to be better by example. So I need to up my game. So that's why I'm doing this now. Just like he just said, whatever you said about Skylar, I stuck up and said, she still does good. If she does good, I'll talk about her. I'm not talking the negative shit no more. That's all. Now I'll still tell you what happened in negativity, but I'm not going to, say names and, berate that person. Lorenz says, what is Big Rich deaf? I'm fucking 62 years old. I'm allowed to be a little deaf.
Huh?
Yeah, this is the deaf guy.
Huh?
Now we got to tell the whole story over again to let Jerry in on it.
No.
All right, Tyler Curtis says, Rich, Jerry, Reaper, you all inspired me to get back in the fish hobby. You all are the best ones for the information and knowledge. Thank you all. Oh, thank you. That's why, people are saying the same thing, drama begets drama, ignorance begets ignorance, and so I want to lead by goodness. And that's what I want to be remembered for, not drama.
Well, let's get tanked and get back to fish.
Eric says, you were the one that got me into Camaros. See, I inspired people way back then. Yeah, Eric, he loved my car, and, he hung around all the time, and I taught him how to work on carburetors and, make his car run better. And I took his car and made it run better for him and showed him how. I didn't just do it, charge him money. I did it, and then I explained how that works and why. Because to me, if I understand something, I can understand it and do it from that point, So I taught him about that stuff, and he's been a friend ever since. I was like, what, Eric, 25 years ago or something? It was a long time.
Happy drama. How's
Harley Jim
Laura and JJ?
Oh, they're doing great. Little JJ, he's standing up now at 9 months. He ain't walking yet, but standing up. He was such a chubby little baby. Now he's gotten tall and thinner. He's not so chubby no more. He's not a little round little, my little butter bean. He's not so round no more. But he's standing up and everything. And,
He's growing fast.
Oh, Laura's such a good big sister. She sits there and her mom hands her JJ and she holds on to him and hugs him and stuff. She's such a good big sister. All right. Debbie Oak says, some of us have been watching for years now. You're a great person. Aw, thank you. Look at all the great things you do. So don't let the dream get to you. Love all you guys for what you do. Play safe and have fun. See, isn't it nice that what you do in life matters a little bit to some people and you can inspire people? That makes me feel like, I'm at least trying to be a better person and somebody's acknowledging it a little bit, I love that.
Well, anytime you interact with anything, from that moment on, you're both changed. As a responsibility as a human being to be positive in that change.
Okay.
Well,
thank you, Master Guru.
I'm sorry it came out that way. It's just common sense to me. Anytime I interact with anybody, from that moment on, we're both changed. There ain't no going back.
Okay. Debbie Oaks. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, Summer Lee's putting out all the links. That is such a nice thing that she does.
Summer Lee's been busy.
She's putting out the links, doing great, and giving everybody chances. You can go. There's links to like Tracy's GoFundMe. There's links to OFR GoFundMe. There's links to our online wish list from Amazon.
Yeah, she showed me a couple I didn't know about.
Xanthi says, arriving late, did you say that this live was going to have big news or something? Did I miss? No, Xanthi, that'll be next Friday. We're going to feature not only the Tracy update, but we're going to give back the story from the beginning. Because what we've learned in the last 6 years, we've compiled what exactly happened, because it was a calamity of different things happening that led up to, her and what happened.
You'll see it with hindsight.
Yeah, you can see it with hindsight, but we didn't know it at the time. So I've been putting together videos and stuff like that for you guys to see and break it down. Like one time I was telling Tracy, you're so pale, are you feeling any better? And she's like, I feel a little better than yesterday. She was so lethargic. Well, here, now we know she was so low on blood. We didn't know she had an esophageal tear in her throat, and she was puking out blood. I mean, I'll explain it all next Friday. We were going to do it this Friday, but Reap said he can come out and do a thing, so we're going to do the Reap thing this week, and have a good time and story time and all that stuff. And I'll do the Tracy story all next week.
How's it feel to be company?
Yeah, he's been like brother for so long. Walking, where the beer's at. Now he's company because he barely comes over anymore. Do you need another beer? I'll get you one.
He did ask. He's like, he went in the fridge. I got, because he ran out of beer, so I bought the beer. Came here. We did a video, and he's like, I'm sitting at the table. Oh, you already got a beer? I'm like, I did.
Wow, there's people out there still delusional. The one unsilenced voice says, Jerry, you're very cool.
I haven't been called that in a long time.
Jerry is an OFR guru.
Oh, man, you know what? Oh.
Gary Hendricks says, will my two pictus catfish outgrow my 50-gallon tank? Most likely not.
Really?
Yeah, because they only get up to 6 inches normal, 9 inches on extraordinary old fish. They can survive in there. I would suggest bigger.
I would suggest a lot longer. If they just get spooked and go running for the
Yeah,
end.
so like a 125 would be great for them for their life. But, they can survive in a 50. Depends on how many other fish you got in there, too.
Yeah.
So.
It's just a matter of if
You're right there on the border.
If they get spooked, they're like a bullet for the glass.
No, if you stop feeding them. I like that.
Lorenz, you're something else.
I know. No, if you stop feeding them.
Well, you cut me off there. No, they're like a bullet, man. They'll kill themselves hitting the end of the tank.
Gary says they get 6 Hikari pellets a day. I can't remember the last time I counted the pellets I gave my fish. You get a handful, you get a handful, you get a handful,
I don't even use a handful anymore out there. It's a scoop.
Oh, shit. Danny Nesbitt says, hell, for a minute, I thought I turned on an episode of Duck Dynasty. What you think, Uncle Si? Who would Reaper be? I mean, Jerry's a dead ringer for Uncle Si. You want your warm tea, your sweet tea?
Hell no.
Nope. Let's see.
I
This
have never watched the program.
Me neither.
Really? I love Duck Dynasty. It was great.
I've never watched
I thought there were a bunch of good old country, folks that were doing stupid stuff, being happy, and getting by. The father treated his wife like gold. I love that. The sons treated their mother like gold. I love that. And then they were out doing stupid stuff. Well, I'm like, okay, you guys are learning.
I don't know anything about that other than the format is what I detest.
Sue Ann says Reap would be the dad. I can't remember his name. His name was Phil. He was the one always spitting out like truths or encouragement or words of wisdom. And then, he treated his wife like gold. And, his boys, they'd come in like, Dad, we're going out to the duck pond. We're gonna try running the 4-wheelers together. And he'd just be like, he was the wise one.
Let's see, what do we got? What's today's date?
The 28th, I think. 27th?
27th.
Yeah.
So we
27th.
got April and May. May 9th.
Hey, Doug's up there
I'm
trying to
shaving
figure out
it.
how many times he can say tanked in a paragraph.
All right, guys. There's my beard. It's
Thank
longer
you.
than their beards. What do you think, Reed?
Too bad it ain't there. But no, my 70th birthday coming up. I'm shaving.
Are you?
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I just.
Where are you having your birthday party? You're more than welcome to have it here. I offered your son. Your son's getting married.
I know. I know.
I fought with him for like 2 hours that he should have it here and I'll do the wedding. I'll officiate it. And he chose not to. They're having it somewhere else and this and that.
Yeah.
And I can't attend. I can't leave, you know. So, you know, that's how that went. But I tried to marry your children off.
My son's getting married also, engaged to his girlfriend. And my head's going, oh man, now I got to figure out a way to get back up there north. And
Tell him to come here. And
now I find out about 3 years from now or so.
oh, it's 3 years from now.
Now my head's going, well, I hope I'm still around.
Doopy says my beard is at least as long as Reaper's beard.
My beard's lazy. That's the only damn reason it's there, man. I don't see no sense.
All right, whoever this a-hole is, he goes, in case he missed it, I didn't choose not to read it. Hey, Reed, so good to see you. Love hearing about the rescue. I just don't come to their channel because Rich talks and has cluttered counters. Screw you, Whip. Oh, shit.
All right,
Mind you, Whip's World has been here many times and has had a blast every single time.
Yeah,
Now Whip's giving Raheem shit.
I know. I see.
Doomfy says his goatee is twice as long as yours.
I want to see it.
Pictures or it didn't happen, Doopy. Whip's laughing. Yeah, you won't be laughing, Whip, when you show up here next time and 3 old guys whoop your ass. While we're pulling up our pants, I told you, you youngin'.
You know, the real fun part is
Hmm.
the Whip would fit right in with the over the hill rescue crew.
Yeah, he would.
He'd be a 4th member sitting here.
Yeah. Except he has no, well, he's got a little bit of hair. It's cute. He's got, hair down to his little chin, maybe a little longer. It's so cute. He's trying so hard.
Or you're just letting him have it because you can't figure out how to get even with him. You got to work on that one.
Deb Chart says, you can't even reach his ass to kick it. Yeah, it's about level with my head.
Yeah, right.
He's a tall son of a bitch.
That's his strength. Yeah.
He is. He's got to be what, 6'4"?
Yeah. I can kick his ass. It's only down to here. Now that you say 6'4", I can kick that high. he may blow me over, but I can reach that high, I think. Or I may have a hernia while doing it. SJ Fishkeeper UK says, nice to meet you, Reaper. I mentioned here on a week or two ago, your videos show a different aspect of OFR, along with Big Rich and Joshy. Video highlights all the hard work done by all. Yeah, that was what it was meant to be.
Thank you.
Because
nice comment.
I used to do all the rescues and do all the videos and that stuff. Me and Tracy. Well, Tracy went down and now I have to watch her, so I had to stop and I gave the channel to Reaper to take over.
You gave it to him. I said no. You gave it to
We'll start.
Willstar.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
And it didn't work out. And you called me and said, I need help. And I'm like, all right, I'll do what I can.
I offered you all the money,
You
you know,
know,
blah blah blah.
And then I retired and took over. And then
Yeah.
Will Star came back, did it again for a month with us, and then
Yeah.
that was it.
Well, he got his grandkids now.
Right,
He had to
right.
get custody of the grandkids.
Right. He had a lot of shit going on too. But yeah, I was asked, but I said no at first, and then Will Star did it because I had to keep working for a while, and then it reversed.
Yeah. Xanthi says, are bugs from the reptile food bit in shops okay to feed to the fish as a treat, like locusts, crickets, Oreo worms? If your fish are big enough to take them into their mouth, they will eat them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So, sure.
And, you know, they're always good. It's, you know, mealy bugs, mealy worms, whatever they're called. Them are great. Them are nothing but protein, and they're great for the fish, you know. I mean, hell, Skylar ate crickets here. She didn't die.
A lot of people around the world eat crickets and grubs and everything else. It's one of the main staples.
Raheem says, Whip, you're the damn devil.
Yeah, he does.
Hexacon says, hey, Rich, I wanted to ask you, do you have the snapper turtle behind the pool pond? We already answered that.
Yeah.
No, we got rid of the snapper turtle, and now what's in there is goldfish and koi.
Right.
Koi are about a foot.
Year we did.
The snapping turtle went to a good home. We
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
Get rid of it.
He's in with a bunch of other snapping turtles, and yeah. Ronaldo says, did Will Star have anything to do with the Bigfoot sightings in Ohio and Michigan? No. He overslept and missed them all. He missed them all.
In fact, where all those sightings were is where I basically live.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you're right in the neighborhood.
Right in the neighborhood of
See,
all
people
those
don't
sightings.
understand.
That's
I'll
it.
show up. Like, I ran
You
through
gotta
Will
go to
Star's
jail watching
backyard
my ass.
wearing my Bigfoot outfit, and I wear my drywall stilts with a big Bigfoot foot under it, and I run through people's backyards, and Will Star's, oh my God, I've seen Bigfoot. Now you saw Big Rich. And then just last week, I was out at Reaper's house, and he wasn't home, so I put on my suit and I ran around his neighborhood. Now we got all these sightings. So Will Star was just trying to find Reaper's house. Yeah. See, this is where you shouldn't cross me, because I do have a Bigfoot outfit. And then once a year, we're all allowed to dress up, and you don't know who's behind the outfit. At Halloween, if you piss me off, then I knock on your door, you know, trick or treat, and you go to hand me candy, and I whoop the shit out of you, and then I run away. What are you gonna tell the cops? Bigfoot beat my ass. You're gonna be on TMZ. I'm over here laughing. Suanne says, Whip should wear the Bigfoot outfit. Nah, because then the Bigfoot will look too big and not believable. You know, I put on my 30-inch drywall stilts, and I'm believable. Sebastian says, so you have a Bigfoot outfit and a big deck? Yes, sir, I do. I love that. So anyways, since last week and all the songs we were talking about, all the movies and all the food we were talking about, I went on and I looked up a couple songs, and I learned Rat. What's the name of the song?
While we're waiting for a memory to return.
Fuck you, Jerry. I love you, but fuck you. And see, you don't think that you job me? You do it all the time. You just don't realize it. Round and round. There you go. Great song. great guitarist. I had to learn it because it was so cool. And then I started on Back for More and shit. What was that song off Out of the Cellar I liked? I don't know. I started another one too. Tyler says, so Big Rich is Bigfoot only on Halloween, brother. And I have a list. Have you been naughty or nice all year? I'm like Santa Claus. Have you been naughty? You know, I show up on Thanksgiving and you get your ass whooped by Bigfoot. I'd like to do it dressed as a big baby with a diaper and everything, but then you can see me. So as Bigfoot, you can't see me. I got a mask, a body, and legs, you know. You can't call the cops on me. So basically, just don't piss me off, and I won't show up on Thanksgiving or Halloween. Scott says, listen to any Iron Maiden, dude. We played on "Hallowed Be Thy Name." I love that song. I worked hard. I learned that note for note. I nailed that song. We played 22 Acacia Avenue. We played Run to the Hills. I mean, that whole song, you're running the whole way. You're jumping. Get your heartbeat running. I loved Iron Maiden. Lay It Down, I didn't learn yet. Yeah, Sue Ann says, then you'd be Baby Huey. I didn't say Baby Huey because I didn't think anybody would get the reference.
Oh, that's better than Collector. Thank you, Sue Ann. Put my little horns on. I got that one on the back burner.
Tyler says, that's okay. I don't want to see you in a diaper. I don't swing that way. Well, you put a diaper on me, you don't know which way I swing. Depends how loose the diaper is. The one unsilenced voice says, my dad got my husband a t-shirt that says, Bigfoot saw me, but no one believes him. That's sort of like all them Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah.
Exocon says, one of the best bands in the world. Well, they have one of the best singers in the world. They have one of the best damn bass players in the world, Steve Harris. And then, you know, they have the greatest guitarist in the world. I mean, Jesus Christ. Tyler says, TMI Rich. Well, if the diaper's on tight, you don't know which way you're swinging, you know? It stays tucked. But, you know, if it's on loose, you know, it could be swinging either way. See, Sue Ann, people don't realize who Baby Huey is. Not everybody's as old as us. That's an old commercial or cartoon.
A big duck.
Big duck in a diaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lars Beeman says, how
Get
pissed
rid of
off do you have
that
to get to
nowadays.
come to Europe? I imagine he's thinking about Halloween. You'd have to say something bad about Tracy for me to spend that much money to show up at your house during Halloween. You know. Tyler Kerr says, now you're silence of a lambing it, Rich. I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
Super. Yeah, right. You wish.
No. She had long hair. What do old people do when they get old? They cut their hair short because it's so much easier. I will give her, she's younger than me, but she has reached the old ranks. Okay, because of that. Love you, Sue Ann, but, you know. Bill Lynch says, stop playing with dirty money. Okay. I don't know what that means or referring
I
to.
think it's referring to a song. Maybe. I don't know.
Felix Kabibble says, they do that, I'm going with you. I don't know what he's referring to. Going to Europe?
Maybe going to Europe if they, yeah.
If they talk about Tracy?
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right. I got backup. He can dress as Chewbacca. Bigfoot and Chewbacca showed up at the door. Whoop my ass. Oh. Oh, Sue Ann says I'm growing it back out. No shit. No way. You told me you would never grow it back out. You loved it so much. I'm so glad. I am so glad.
All plans subject to change without notice.
Right.
At
our age.
Finally, I've been looking for a VCR to get hooked up and working, and I had a bunch I collected.
Why didn't you tell me? I have a couple VCRs sitting here.
I finally got one. I found, remember some of the JVC I gave you? The amp, the preamp or whatever to match your system when you blew it out, your Sony. Well, yeah, it was a couple years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah. So
I've been here for like 13 years.
15.
15?
15, remember?
Now, it wasn't here. It was at the last house.
But no, it was here when you moved here.
Really? Because I had all Sony stuff. I don't need nothing.
Yeah. That's what it is. It was Sony, but your one equalizer or amp.
Oh, got you.
And I had that original system, you know, that you.
I love this round.
Yeah, and I gave it to you and shit. But I had an older one and this and that, and then I had this JVC.
That's what friends do.
Both.
Thank you, brother.
So, because I'm looking for recipes from 2006 or 2002, the last Thanksgiving my mom did, and it had the mall and certain recipes.
Yeah.
I don't have. I finally got it working the other day, and then Kurt's watching. He goes, "That was you." He goes, "Wait, turn that back. That was you." My hair was like, I had cut my hair. I basically came out of service. It was 2002 or something,
and it had color to it.
But yeah, well, yeah, it was brown and shit. But he's like, "Wow." But yeah, I only cut my hair a few times.
That's when you got to remind the kids, I lived a whole life before you. No, Reaper was, when I met him, he was brown haired, he was quick witted, he was fucking, he'd sprawl over this table and jump out there, you know, I mean, he was just on the ball.
After I lost all my hair to chemotherapy, I just never let it grow back and never did another thing with it.
Me too. I just.
Xanthi says, have you ever had fish and chips? British one? We used to love this place called Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips.
Are those real British fish and chips?
3 around now.
Is there?
1, but now it's back to 3.
Is there?
Went to one a couple of weeks ago.
No way. I used to love that place when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then, let me see, what's the next question here?
Still no Hardee's.
Bugs Bunny, Baby Huey. Yes, that's the Baby Huey we were talking about. Lorenz Gorta. Bigfoot Chewbacca showed up at my door, and now I'm walking funny. Come on. Bill Lynch says, what's a VCR? Well, Bill, ahead of your time, this is what your parents used to watch movies on.
This one's a nice one. This is a VCR DVD or a Blu-ray.
So it would record the VCR onto
DVD.
Transfer. I have one of those out there on my Sony system right now, and I have I played at Flashes, and it was one of our favorite shows, and that VHS is in there, wrapped around, ripped up. I haven't taken it apart to get it out yet.
I can fix it.
I know. I can fix it too, but I once it happened, I was like, shut it off. I unplugged the cord so nobody else could mess with it. It's there. I have it, you know, because I can't get no more recordings of those videos of me at Flashes, you know.
Right. No, that's why I was really picky on the VCR and shit, because I don't want to screw up them. And those were done with that recorder I was using when we did our parties for 10 years at the trailer, that little camcorder I was holding. So I had to put it in one
this
of those
motherfucker way back
converters.
when. No matter what you did, you look over, you like okay, let's say you're at a party and you're playing video games. We all carried our computer to Reaper's house. And let's say, just in case, I'm using that as an example. You farted, you lifted up one side, you farted. You look over, there's Reaper with the video camera. Okay, got you. You start getting into it with somebody. You look over, there's Reaper with the video camera. He always had the video camera on you, no matter what you did.
There's Big Rich. There's Richard. There's Richie. And there's
Joshua.
I have Big Rich and have Josh ask on video. I need 2 more to make a family.
You can start an
portrait.
OnlyFans and start making money.
I need 2 more for a family portrait.
Who's that you
for the
need?
price? I need Richard and Richie.
You never got them?
No, Richie, I'll probably never get. You know, Richard, he's down in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, yeah.
So I'll never get him. But I got Josh and I got
It's
you.
nice to have dreams.
One of these days. One of these days.
Okay. We were at one of his parties,
Mhm.
and there was a 4th District cop there. And I was telling him, you cops are fucking bogus. You this and that. You have, superiority complexes and that. And he goes, okay, let's do this. He stood up and he's like, you come at me, blah, blah, blah. I have training, this and that. And, he grabbed me in a way that kind of like put me on the ground. And I struggled everything I could to get out. Finally, my words were, because he was behind me and he was had his arms over me and this and that. And he's trying to lock my arms behind me and this and that. I'm like, all right, fine. Fuck it. You want to fuck me in the ass? Get some Vaseline. Everyone in the room started laughing and stuff like that. But, this guy, which was to me a dweeb, had some power and some, he had me down. I couldn't get up, But if I would have just ran at him and attacked him the way I normally fight, he would have hit the ground and I'd have had him. But, it started off as, I'll lean up against the wall and you start your stuff, this and that. And there's no way you're taking me down. And he took me down.
he was big. He was, what, 6'2"? 6'2".
Was he bigger than me?
Yeah, a little bit. Bigger than both of us.
I didn't see that. I saw him as a little pipsqueak to me.
No, not at all. Not at all. That motherfucker's 6'2".
Well,
I had Jimmy come in late. Hey, Jim.
Jimmy? Where?
Oh, he's you're back behind him. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
Oh, you're on your phone. I told you not to do that, mister.
It's almost 8 o'clock. I wanted to say hi.
Oh, Jim Sheasley. Okay, I see
That's
it
what
now.
I meant. Jim Sheasley's.
What's up,
You
buddy?
just come in.
What's up, Jim?
Sebastian says, Reaper is ass hunting.
Exocon says on the chat.
Jim just went in for a procedure. How'd that go, Jim? We didn't hear
Actually,
from
he
you.
had his procedure done. He's getting ready to go in for another one.
Really?
Yeah. And
I didn't find out about the last procedure, how the outcome was.
it was good.
Okay.
Well, it was good, but he had a little more problem with work and the people, and like he had on limitations and shit. And
Sounds like
he
they
shouldn't
got
have been
you
there
covered,
at all,
Jim.
but he went in anyways, just because he needs the money. And they overworked him, and he's like, dude, come on, I'm here. I want to do it. But, no. And his mom's not doing too good right now.
Aw,
She can,
I'm sorry, Jim. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Oh, some release is tagged.
There's the tank. And again, here's the Jim.
Yeah.
So good. We're going to have Depth Charge and Sue Ann. We're going to have Maritza and Ricky.
for what? For what?
The yard sale out here.
Oh,
They're coming for a few days ahead of time and helping out. And we're going to set up the tents. We're going to set up tables. And this time I
we
figure
need tables.
we're going to
went
get
through
more
our
tables. But we're going to set up $1 table, $2 table, $5 table, $10 table.
Or
You
released area.
And yeah, so we're going to set that up and make it easier. Aqua Equal Star says, here's the Jerry's Kids. Our community service are now known as Jerry's Kids. Sue Ann says, we will be there 7/6. Okay, whatever day that is, I'm going to have to plan the the sale to be whatever weekend comes right after that. Oh shit! Camel Dan says
Oh, really?
a tornado hit my house last night. How bad was it?
I was going to say.
I mean, did it just blow a bunch of stuff past you, or did it rip off your roof and shit? You know?
I know.
Yeah, the damn meteors in Northern Ohio. I'm gonna take that personal, throwing shit at me.
That's what I said to God. You know, if you wanted to take me out, just have my heart stop. Don't throw meteors at me.
I get it. Stay out of the conversation.
Go ahead. You've got a whole nother take on it. Go ahead and tell them what you thought.
Well, I'm not Christian.
You called your buddy.
I'm not Christian.
No, you called your elder.
Oh yeah, I did.
He called his elder that he hasn't talked to in a
One of
while.
my elders up in the the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, up on the tribal lands. I called him up and I said, "What's up? He's throwing meteors at me now. I'm gonna take that personal."
He said, if you needed to talk to me, you could have just, texted me, not thrown meteors at me. Camel Dan says a 35-foot tree fell on my house and my shed went for a trip.
Oh,
What shed? Right, that's a good answer, right?
yeah.
What shed? You have no shed. It's gone. Oh my God. So a tree fell on the house. That had to do
Oh, and
damage.
his shed went for a trip, meaning.
It's gone, right. That's why I said what shed.
Yeah, damn.
That little bit of windstorm we had here tore up the corner of the porch pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, it took out the fascia of the roof, ripped it out with the gutter, and all the soffit fell. And Josh had to put up a board to the ground to this to hold it in place. We're gonna have to cut all the screws out in between because we can't put it together no farther to bring it together, and then put in like 6-inch screws into the fascia, and then put up all the soffit again. But it also took my gazebo, which is 24 foot by 14 foot. It picked it up and moved it like 3 foot to the left and then 2 foot back.
Yeah, I just watched the
Which
video
straightened out.
today.
We did
Or
straighten out.
watched
Yeah.
the videos today.
Yeah.
The video today shows us straightening it out.
So I said this morning, I go, God dang, man, they got what they say, three-way threat, a triple threat
Yeah.
today.
That was tonight, yeah.
Yeah. They got 2 videos and the live stream.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the three of us as triple
Well,
threat.
that's all of it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the triple threat. You got all 3 of us live stream and 2 videos.
Well, I thought you were talking about, we're the triple threat, meaning that, I dress up as Chewbacca. He dresses up as R2-D2. We're the triple threat. We're here to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Matt Wynn says, hey, Rich, I always said if I wanted to be taken out by the big one, I'm here to tell you that the big one hurt like hell. I'll never say that again. I had a widowmaker hit me last month. I was lucky.
Oh,
No
yeah.
shit.
Wow.
Thank God you're still
Yeah.
here, brother.
Yeah.
I lost a really close friend to a widowmaker taking out a cherry tree.
Camel Dan says somehow very little damage, mainly just the cutter. No one can't figure out how that's the only damage. He lost his shed. It took a trip.
So somewhere over
So it was the shed that said, Toto, we're not in Kansas no more. It landed somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't think it landed very nicely either. It
Yeah.
probably folded up, Oh, shit. All right, guys, let me ask you this. Do you like us where we are so small, or do you want us bigger against the background? Because today we moved the table back away from the camera to where we're a lot smaller. Normally, we were sitting up here. Let me go forward. This is where I was sitting last week, you know, and see how much bigger we look being closer. So coming back here and sitting down, we look a lot, you know, smaller. And if I lean forward, there's how big I am. I sit back in my whoa. Look at my. I'm still not touching the back of my chair. Look at that. Look back. You see that? I can't do that. My legs are on the table. You're not flipping me backwards, Reaper. He tried. Good friends,
Didn't
you know.
try. I was thinking of
Today's kind of special.
Some are racing smaller is better.
I'm not going to talk to you about it unless I got my legs locked in. You're not going to flip me back.
No, that's why I just played a little bit.
Equastar says, can you give us your drink recipe again, Rich? All right, here we go.
3 fingers.
You take your
Juice.
pinky
What?
and you put it under the cup, okay? And you take them 3 fingers and you touch them together. Now you fill it up with vodka to the top of your 3rd finger, right? Well, here, let me do it in a cup that isn't transparent. Okay. You put your pinky under the finger. You take these 3 fingers and there. You fill the vodka up until the top of your finger. 1 pack of grape crush goes in there, or melon, or watermelon, or strawberry, whatever flavor you like. It's 0 carbs, 0 calories. Then you fill it up with water the rest of the way. And that is what I drink 3 drinks of every Friday night. Very simple. And you hydrate while drinking because you're drinking a lot of water. Or you can do like Reaper does. And he gets cans of beer, and it's this much beer. Okay? No mixing necessary.
Nope.
I stick to my gregory.
Crack the lid.
Oh my God. Deb Charge goes, farther back is better. We can't see all the wrinkles.
I think farther
You
back is better
motherfucker.
too, because if you have
I thought he was my friend, though.
guests come in and this and that, they can easily fit in.
Right, yes.
I mean, I think it's better.
Summerlee says, Deb's roasting tonight. Summerlee says, beer made me almost 200 pounds.
Ah,
Ouch.
I stopped drinking like 20 years. I mean, you remember me drinking. Like
Yeah.
20 years ago.
I meant to try and bring some pictures, but I didn't have enough time. Again, I didn't get to do hell and this and that. I had a lot of other shit going on, but I so wanted to get on, and I got all these pictures with Tracy, you guys from a couple other parties, and this and that, and yeah, and it shows them with a Miller Lite. But that's what he was drinking. That's what this dude drank, Miller Lite. Yeah.
No, that's not what I drank.
That's what you
was
were drinking.
That's what was left over from that party that time.
That's what you were.
So I brought out a 12
I
pack of Miller.
don't buy Miller at
Neither
all.
did I.
So,
But I drank what I had available first.
but yeah, I'm gonna get some of these pictures together. That way we can show you. I mean, yeah.
Now, when I was drinking, I didn't care for beer too much, but I always seemed to have one.
I
Same
don't
thing
like
with the
I don't like
Jack
alcohol. I never got drunk until my 18th birthday. Never.
I've seen you drunk
I-
many times.
I don't
I'm
remember
telling
getting
you, I
drunk the
didn't.
first time.
And then I got drunk on my 18th birthday. Beer and whatever.
Wait,
blah blah
you
blah.
woke up, you were laid, you had a great time.
No, I got laid at 10.
Oh shit, you beat me.
I didn't even know I got laid.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. But yeah,
She had to tell you.
no, I had to tell her finally. We sat there and waited.
Well,
to
if you
have
didn't
a
know, how
baby
did you
6
tell
months.
her?
Because I went to my buddy and said, dude, this was awesome. My best friend Danny, who was 1 year older. I said, this happened. And he goes, that's how you have babies and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? And we went to his older brother's fort in the woods where they had playboys and all that. And And I told her about it, and I kept waiting, for shit to happen, but not knowing about maturity and all that. But yeah, I lost my virginity and didn't know it.
Damn. I was 12
Mhm.
and I lost my virginity.
I appreciate something.
You did. I lost my virginity to my sister. My mom married this guy, Ken Simmons, that had 3 daughters. She was 15, I was 12, and she kept giving me back massages.
So
And then
your name is Richard Simmons.
they turned into front massages, And I'm 12, I'm like, okay, you're hot. I'll do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first. It was my stepsister. But, yeah, if he would have adopted me, my name would have been Richard Simmons. Yeah. Thank God he didn't adopt me.
Eric, I'm not ready for this. Not yet. All right.
Eric says my
Yeah.
youngest boy is going to be 20 tomorrow. Yeah, he's not a virgin. I'm just letting you know.
Alrighty.
Well, thanks for coming.
How you doing? Says, you sure you guys ain't Alabama Fish Rescue?
I was going to go out, finish feeding and turning off the lights.
You guys come up with all the stories you want to leave the rescue. And these people know that I will stay and hang out with them.
Well, somebody was just asking if we left on a night light for the fish. Well, there's a light on in the room, yeah.
I mean, what was it, 2 weeks ago or so? I came by and I surprised you and did the live stream. And then I went home and I turned it on. I think it was like 11 o'clock. And you were still fucking on.
I do that every once in a while.
It was still fucking on.
He asked me,
I'm like, what the fuck?
I said, I don't know, man.
The next day I'm asking Jerry, how long was I on?
It was almost 1 o'clock one night.
I'm like, Jesus.
And then you'll leave the live stream the chat on.
Right, yeah.
No. That's a
I
YouTube
wake up in
thing.
the morning and there's
You guys
no
are wrong.
chat.
It's a YouTube thing. I hit end story and I hit end on my OBS software, and that's all I have to do. Sometimes it stays on itself. Okay.
Okay, Camel Dan. Last one of the evening looks
Samuel
like.
Dan 77.
Yeah. $1.99. Rich, I messaged you on Facebook.
Thank you, Campbell Dan. I'll check that out in a minute. All right. Matt Wynn says, I love the stories you three are telling, and I love the three of you together. I'd love to see you guys do this again. I feel like I have a big connection with Big Rich. I, too, painted cars back in the 80s. If you painted for Earl Scheib,
I was going to say,
we'll paint your car $99.99, and you leave the windows open, we'll paint it too. Because I left Earl Scheib and I went and painted for Mako, And what killed me was at Earl Scheib, you had 20 minutes to hand sand the car. So you had 2 pieces of 220, and you just hand sanded the whole car all the way around. And then you had 20 minutes to tape it up. Yeah. It was crazy.
We had our 64 Chevy Impala my dad had. It was white when we bought it. It was red when we were done. 64.
64?
Yeah.
That's not a bad looking little machine.
No, 64 Impala.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was white originally, and I don't know, 4 or 5 years later, Earl Scheib's. It was red, and so was the trim, and the doors, and the windows.
The Equal Star put up another $5. Says nothing but love. Aw, thank you, brother.
Yeah, even the Corvette don't deserve to be red. I just don't care for red vehicles.
Man, you're sick in your mind. Red is the most notorious color.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't like it.
My Camaro is red, mister.
I understand that.
Do you like the Camaro?
But you don't remember the red.
You take care on your answer.
I said I like the Camaro.
Okay. Then
But
we're
if
okay.
I owned it, it would not be red unless that was a stock color.
That is a stock color.
Well, then it would be red. I don't change the stock color if I don't have to. That devalues the vehicle.
Crisco. Chris.
Wolves Creed says 3 of my favorite dudes in one place. Sup, guys? What's up, brother? Drink.
Man, they're going to keep super chatting us. We're going to have to stay on.
You were something to say?
What's that?
Let's go.
Cisco 413 $5. It's great seeing the 3 together. I
Aw, thank you. We'll drink to that. Craig Catfish. Someone's got my back. You tell him, Rich. I love it when people have my back because I'm generally always right. Lorenz says Big Rich should grow a beard also. It's too itchy for me. Equals star. It says red equals badass. You guys go look up mean67.com. Now it's a website about my car probably 10 years ago, but I still have it up and running.
Yep.
I think I was selling it for like
65, I thought.
well, that was the old motor. I think it was 900 horsepower or something like that. Now it's 2200 horsepower. Whatever it was then, I can't sell it for now. But the website's still there. It's still
got
there.
1,000 out of it for nothing.
I did. It's got a bunch of pictures of the build of the pistons I put in, the rods I put in, the heads I used, how we grinded the heads down. We O-ringed the heads. Got the blower on there. And it's just there's so much on there.
Who's the guy with the Corvette? Chris, that helped you?
That's my buddy Gary Box.
Gary.
Oh, Gary,
I seen something 2 weeks ago. I seen his Chevy or the Corvette and shit. An old
All black?
memory. Yeah, the all black with you were in it.
Oh,
You
that was
guys
at the
were,
Folks Point. We were racing.
No, yeah, right. I remember that, but no, this was something that came on Facebook and shit.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
no.
too far back.
Yeah. This time I didn't.
It was like
I should have went the other way.
right. It was at one of the eateries. We both parked out front.
No. This was in the garage working on it and shit on his Camaro, and you guys were there.
No,
and it was
on his Corvette.
Yeah, it's Corvette.
I changed his tranny
not
out of the
Corvette.
Corvette. Yeah.
But no, it was a little Facebook thing, and it was Gary.
Me and Ricky went over to
right.
his house, and he was laid up.
And I'm
So
like,
we
whoa.
took his tranny out and put another tranny in for him, and helped him out. And he yelled at me.
Yeah, but no, it was,
That was
him, somebody else, and you guys were working.
Camel Dan says he loved a 1972 Pontiac Trans Am.
Ah! My buddy ended up with, I don't know, 70 is when they came out with the not Trans Am, but the Firebird or something.
So
The
that's
gold,
68.
remember the gold or whatever? Yeah, okay, whatever. And my buddy, 350 was in it.
That's
This
when they had the honeycomb wheels, all
right.
about Burt Reynolds.
and
Trans Am.
we're in
Yeah,
high
that's,
school, and his name was Dave Skipper, but he was frugal, saved all his money, bought that motherfucker. Now I'm driving my grandma's Wildcat Buick with a 454 rocket.
Dude, them Wildcats were badass.
Fuck
they
yeah.
were, damn
He kept
right.
fucking challenging me, and I'm like, dude, I don't care.
They were sleeper cars.
I don't care if it's brand new. I don't care if it's the fire. I don't care. You're not. Ended up behind
He
the
whooped
high
your ass.
school, and quarter mile. I'm down the quarter mile. I'm waiting for him. He finally flies through, and he kept going. And we had to go to his house. What happened? Fuck you guys.
You beat him?
Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Oh, fuck yes.
Fuck yeah. That Buick 454 blew by it. Oh,
There was
Wasn't
always-
it 455 in a Buick?
454.
They were low
454.
gear.
That's Chevy.
too.
The 455 is a Buick motor.
The Wildcats
Wildcat.
were low geared.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I had a 95 Firebird Can-Am
But yeah,
with a turbocharged V6. That
Biggest
thing
motor
was
in a
wild.
Buick. Yeah, 455.
okay, 455.
454 was a Chevy motor.
Even better.
Just letting you know.
Even better. I mean, but
You know
yeah,
how memories
blew
get.
it fucking
before
away.
it was a big black Chevy.
GM.
Shush,
Yeah.
mister. Chevy.
Yeah, not Mopar.
Yeah, I remember back when
Mopar's
people
better.
pulling out those big 500 Cadillacs.
The caddies had them 501s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
64.
But they had the highway gears. So at 70 miles an hour, you can punch it and it would go boom. Whoa,
My
and you
dad-
hear that 4-barrel
My
open.
dad's old caddy, we were doing
Yeah.
90 and we're cruising, you know.
And then he downshifted.
You know.
65 Malibu with a big black Cadillac running in it. That car was
See,
sweet.
I used to take
That's
them
one of
old.
the sweetest cars I ever
Yeah.
seen.
I used to take them old Cheech and Chong cars and Palace.
Yeah.
They always had the 454s in them, and they were highway cars.
Yeah.
I'd take them 454s and put them into like a Camaro,
Yeah.
and they're tranny, and I'd make a drive shaft, and I'd have a drive shaft built, and then to the rear end, and I had so many Camaros that ran so badass because of the 454s in them.
Car talk, they're gone. And we're all talking amongst us now.
Okay.
We're not looking at me. It was awesome for a few minutes.
Hey, yeah, we got kind of distracted there, guys. They're gone.
What are you talking about? Oh, we're gone. We're not gone. We're still here.
We're talking cars between us, and we.
Yeah.
Well,
We just gotta, reprimand some old people that don't remember right.
Yeah, the '69 GTO depth charge.
No, I had a
I had a
Ford.
I had a
I had a
'68.
Ford GT, and I had the Cougar, of course. But I mean,
Equal Star says best live stream ever. Love you guys. Jerry's kids forever. I can't wait till they show up tomorrow, and I'm going to start calling them Jerry's kids.
Oh, go.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm going to for sure, because they're going to be like, "Oh, we're Jerry's kids, okay," and they're going to.
You gotta do what
They ain't
Jerry
going to
says
know
someday.
that we're talking about the 1969 Jerry's kids.
all right, I'm out of here.
No,
Yeah.
no. You show up once every 6 months. Come on.
What do you mean? I was here 2 weeks ago.
You were here, but you weren't here with us.
Yes, I was.
That's some bullshit, Reed.
No.
All right. Okay. Asaya, Arkansas. Yeah. Says my first car was a
Ooh.
72 Grand Torino, one of your favorite cars.
I had one.
Yeah.
I had
In
one.
1993, they were crazy giving a muscle car like that to a teen. It was old and ugly, rare yellow green color with olive top and interior. I loved it. What color was yours?
Mine was white.
Was it, what
And-
interior?
I don't remember.
You have to remember. It was your favorite car ever.
No, it wasn't.
Your Gran Torino?
No, my Cougar.
Oh, your Cougar was your favorite. Yes,
Mm.
yes.
But I had a Gran Torino, but I taught the girl out of it.
Hey, you got some.
I
Toss the girl out of
I
it.
lied. I bad karma.
You got some love. up
She was a
here,
friend. She was working. I was the first male waiter at IHOP, and we were all there. And her car was having problems. And I went out and I looked, and I'm like, yeah. And I lied to her about it, and got it from her cheap, and paid for it dearly because it was a cool car. And I drove it around, and all of a sudden, ooh, need oil and shit. I pulled in a Sunoco up at 43 in Rockside, this and that, in my old neighborhood. And I pulled in a Sunoco and went into the drive, and it died right there. And looked it over and this and that.
Needed
Engine
new one.
froze over. Yep, I locked it up this and that. And that was the last time I ever lied to a friend or anybody. I'm like, that's bad karma.
I've
What
known
the
you for
fuck are
like
you
30
doing?
years. You've never lied to me.
No. And I'm like, no. And I was young, like I said, and never did it again. I don't know. But yeah, I lost the car and this and that and everything else. But yeah, I lied to her. I fucked her over to get the car, and it fucked me over. You know what I'm saying? And I never.
Karma's
ever-
real, brother.
Yeah, I never did that again. And it's like, fuck that shit.
Wow.
I'm out of here.
Sue Ann says, one time when I lived in Vegas, I was 12. I wrapped a coffee can and decorated it for Jerry's kids and went door to door collecting. We kept the money and then went to the live recording at Sahara.
We did that with UNICEF, unfortunately.
You people suck.
Yeah, we were bad kids. I mean, we're talking years and years ago. But I don't know if you guys even remember this shit. But way back in the day, you had these little, they almost looked like milk cartons. And it was for UNICEF to collect money.
Oh, yeah. I
Do you remember that? And I didn't give the UNICEF money into the UNICEF.
Oh, you dirty dog, you.
Yeah.
So you were just like Sue Ann.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what made me mind. We've all done stupid and bad things. Hey, he's got felonies. He's done stupid shit.
I didn't do stupid shit. I did shit that protected my family, and I got
you in trouble and shit. But we've all done shit.
In other words, if I had to do it over, I'd do the same damn thing because I was protecting my family. You know what I'm saying?
But shit happens.
Shit happens for sure.
Shit happens. All right, I'm gonna hear it.
Take care, Ray.
All right. Later, Jerry.
Well,
Love you, man.
Wait, you got to do the Beefcake Bob stretching for him.
no, one show's enough.
See you, Ray.
I don't guarantee repeat performances.
No?
I'll do anything once. I just don't guarantee any repeat performances. Kind of hard to catch me on something that's like that. I never had a meteor thrown.
Sue Ann says, oh, we did that. Talking about rebirth. Matt Williams says, my dad had an uncle had a 69 Torino GT. My dad's was a 302. Oh, shit, it jumped on me. I can't even read it. How'd it go?
Ford 302 block was no slouch.
Back in the day. Holy shit, where'd that go?
I don't know. You got lost. I'm gonna go get lost in the fish room, brother. Have a good talk.
You're leaving too?
Yeah, I'm leaving too.
Man, I thought I had friends. You people suck.
I usually don't stay this late. I travel with all my fishy friends. I gotta go take care of my roommates.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. Take care.
No problem. It's a good show.
Summer Lee says, I hate when people come to the door during my Fishy Friday. I'm like, yeah, leave me alone, people. You know, I'm doing something. Equal Stars is the best live stream ever. Love you guys. Jerry's Kids Forever. I think we read that already. All right, so I'm too far back.
Detected at your front.
Oh, Jim says, Thought Reaper was staying over to party with us. Me too. Huh. All right, let me move this. Let me do this here. Okay. Take this chair, move it that way. Move it way back over here on the screen. I'll move my chair over here because, you know, we all know who you're here to see. There we go. How's that? Much better. Okay. Dominic says, Rich, would you consider doing more close-ups and longer talk about the Emperor cichlid? Yeah, but I'm kind of mad at him right now, so I don't want to talk about him, you know? He's a douchebag to me. Doompy says, Big Rich is going to find Reaper in his bed when he goes to sleep. No, Reaper will not be in my bed. There's 3 spare bedrooms here. There's no reason Reaper would end up in my bed. Okay, let me take this table and move it closer. All right, let me do this. I'm going to come up here, pull this table closer, like so. Move this chair way up here. There we go. Front and center. Okay. Equal Star put in $5, says, do you have any ideas for the new tube between the tanks? Yes, I want to put all of our, we have a live planted tank with clown loaches, big-headed carp, Chinese high-fin banded sharks, and many plants. And we never have to clean the acrylic at all. The glass, nothing. It doesn't grow because there's no leftover nutrients. You know what I'm saying? So I want to put that whole tank into this tube tank and make it just beautiful. And we won't have to clean it. Ugh. Wait, I got to sneeze. Oh my goodness. It came out of nowhere. Whoa. So Ann says, do you want any water spray? We'll take any plants anybody wants to give, and we're going to plant them in there because we're going to take all the plants that are in the 240 and put them into this, but it's a 750. So we're going to need a lot more plants. The idea is the plants eat the nutrients up out of the water to where you don't have to change the water, and we feed the fish to keep them alive and blah, blah, blah. So when you have a tank with so many plants, you don't really have to clean it, and no algae grows because there's no leftover nutrients. So that's a great thing. Bill says it'll be such a beautiful tank. That's what I'm thinking, because we never have to clean that 240 or 265, whatever it is that they're in now. And if I transfer all them plants over, the whole background, the whole, flooring or, gravel, everything that's in that tank, put it in this tank and let it continue growing and add more plants, it's only going to get better. We don't even have to do water changes on that tank. It's not hooked to our system. And we do water changes like once every 6 months because there's so many plants. I want more plants in the new tank and more fish. It'll be great. Harley Gem says upgrade the puffers. They don't really need upgraded. They're in a 500 gallon and they barely use any of it. So, I don't know. Tyler says, how are you going to filter it? I can't wait to see when I get set up. I said, as soon as I seen it, my wife just goes, no, not yet. Later in life, my new dream tank. Well, right now that's a 750 and we've got a 265 that they're in now, and it's running off of two FX5s. So if we do that, let's say 250 gallons for two FX5s, we're going to need 6 for a 750 because 2 is for 250, 4 is for 500, 2 more added, that'll be 6 for 750. That'll be fine. Bellstar says, you look so handsome tonight, Rich. Aw, thank you, Bellstar. You're amazing. You always make me feel great. Bill Lynch says, is the glass going to be in that tank this weekend? I don't know what that means. I don't understand what you're saying. It's a acrylic tank. It's got acrylic lids. If we set it up, it will be an acrylic tank. I don't know what glass you may be referring to. I'm sorry, I may be stupid, but I'm not catching on to what you're saying. I'm sorry, buddy. Tyler says, I always wanted a neon tetra tank planted with a tunnel that leads from tank to tank. Yeah, that's always cool. Dookie says, Paco tank or Pacu tank, Big Rich. Oh, when's the new glass going to be into that tank? Okay. Pretty soon. We just got to wait for the weather. If it's not raining, it's not doing stuff, we're going to take the window out of the 3000 and put it into the 4000 tank. So that's a matter of when my kids can spare some time, because it's going to take 2, 3, 4 hours to do. But when it happens, it'll happen real quick. And we have the silicone here, the black silicone. We have the glass pushers. We have everything. The tank's ready. So it's a matter of when, mostly either this weekend or next weekend, because that's when they have off. Okay, guys, can you talk amongst yourselves? Give me a minute and a half, maybe. Talk, converse. I'm out. There's nothing here. It's gone. Okay, I gotta go make a drink. If you want me to stay on, please converse amongst yourselves. Ask questions people can answer. I'm not the smartest person here. Other people can answer questions. Please ask any fishy questions. I'll be right back. Tracy. Okay, guys, let me tell you this. You know, and this is a big old shirt, but I've been losing all that weight. And then this last Sunday, I went to my son's house, and me, Richie, and Josh worked out. And I'm telling you, I was so sore until like Wednesday. Even Thursday, I was still sore under my arms. They busted my ass. So every Sunday now, I'm going to be working out with my kids. During the week, I do all the community service and taking care of Tracy. But I'm telling you, they busted my ass. I kept up with them, but damn, they busted my ass. It was crazy. Okay, let me see how far back everything is. Well, Sessions, I really enjoy our Friday nights together. Not because you're hanging out with cool people, of course. It's always cool. Harley Jem says, dry rich is not a happy rich? What does that mean? Sue Ann said, shut up, Steve. I'll drink to that. Love you, Steve. Equal Star says, oh, fishy questions. Oh, look, booze. Love you, Equal Star. That's funny. The one unsilenced voice says, I'll just say hi and thank you again for the warm welcome. I am Erica from Ohio. Aw. Bellstar says, good, Sue Ann. I hope to meet you someday. If you come down during the, what do you call it, the yard sale here, she'll be here at 7-6 the whole weekend. So will Maritza and Ricky. So will our mods will be here. And then who else? I can't remember who else. Bellstar says, we love you, Erica from Ohio. Sue Ann says, start planning and saving, Bell. Hope to meet you in July. Oh, Harley Jim says, dry rich is out of alcohol. You know what? I'm never out of alcohol. I just may run out in the screen. I have plenty more back there. Oh, shit. The one on Silence One voice says, my brother lives in North Olmsted. We grew up in Lorraine. I now live near Tiffin. Well, you know what? We're real close to North Olmsted and Lorraine. Skull 7241 says, what's up, everyone? Drink. That's what's up. Wow, you guys are getting serious about your sandwiches. Jesus Christ. If it's served between, two pieces of bread, it's a sandwich, period. Sue Ann says it's a bring a dish barbecue and bring a bottle of vodka for Rich. Love you, Sue Ann. You're the sweetest. The one unsilenced voice says, I'd love to visit and swim in the Mancha Pond one day. Well, Erica, no problem. All you got to do is show up here. Dulsar says, what's your view, Rich? My view? If it's between two pieces of bread, it's a damn sandwich. That's all it takes. And all I know is if I ask for a damn sandwich, I want you to make a damn sandwich. That's it. I mean, I put out, right? I put out in the bedroom. You should make me a sandwich. I ate that monkey. I did my job as a man. I want a sandwich. I hope you guys find humor in that. I'm just kidding. Summerly says, that goes both ways, Rich. I'm willing to eat some tuna. No problem. You make me happy, I make you happy. It's fine. It's cool. It's what everybody should do. Deb Charge says, she put out two, make her a sandwich. I tell you what, if she's the star of the show, I'll get up and make her a sandwich. No problem. Tyler, you're funny. I tell you what, men today not only don't really do that, but in my day, we enjoyed that. I mean, you got to eat that monkey, period. You make your woman happy, period. You don't want to make her think about anybody else. You want to make her think about you. So you do this, no problem. It was a pride thing. I'm going to make you happy. I'm going to make you want me forever. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. Today's are a lot different. Fucking Loren says, I love eating fish. Eating fish is awesome. So anyways, I basically stopped losing weight at 268. I've been here for like a week and a half plateau. But working out with my kids, I was sore from Sunday all the way up to Thursday. I was sore as shit. Every day I found new spot under my arm, my chest, my arms, my shoulders. Every day more things hurt. It was crazy. But, you know, we'll see. This Sunday will be the second workout I do with them. And we'll see if I, you know, did some gains and, you know, I don't know. I just know I feel skinnier. I can get up quicker. I can move quicker. I can bend over quicker. Everything's feeling better. Bellstar says, I'm so proud of you. For what? For what? What did I do? What are you proud of? Daniel Leo Oliver says, looking good, Rich. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Bellstar says, they're working out. Well, I wouldn't be, you know, proud of me yet. It was horrible. It was the worst thing in my life. I worked out and it sucked. And then I left there and my body hurt for like 5 days. I was like, holy shit. And my son, my oldest son, tells me he works out, you know, 5 days a week. I'm like, what? I did this 1 day a week and it took me 4 days to recover, you know? But I tell you what, now this is off the record, guys. Okay. I used to be able to grab my belly and it would take a whole handful, right? Now it's down to like 2 inches. And then the pad above your thing used to be like 2.5 inches thick, and now it's only like 1 inch thick. It's like loose skin. And not to mention, what I had down there looks bigger. Because that don't change in size. But a fat man, the fatter you get, the shorter that looks. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't till a woman sits on you, she can feel the whole thing. But when you're working out and you're losing fat, and that gets, the whole thing looks huge, much bigger. So I don't know. Holly Jem says, we're all proud of you, how you've been losing weight and trying to take better care of yourself. Oh, thank you. Somebody says, I remodeled my parrot cichlid tank the other day and they have so much more room. Cool. Bill Lynch says, you overdid it. Not supposed to do that. Start slow. No, I'm trying to keep up with my damn children. Love you guys. Here's to you. Reba don't get it. Jerry don't get it. But I love my Friday nights. That's the only night I can get away and catch a buzz and get drunk and enjoy myself, with my friends that care. I fucking love that. It's awesome. Bill Star says, I bet it looks big and beautiful. Holy shit, Bellstar. Damn. Tyler says, love you, Rich. Bill Lynch says, night, everyone. See you, Bill Lynch. Damn. Wow. Bellstar, we all know what you're talking about. Jesus. Sue Ann says, I tuck my shirt under my boobs to hold up my belly to see my girl. Holy shit. Wow. Well, you know what? I've gotten skinny enough to where I can only pinch. Okay. A man. They're right there. But the pubic hair above it, I used to be able to pinch like 3 inches and have a big fat roll there. Now I can only get like a half an inch. So this looks way bigger because this is getting smaller. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same size. It looks bigger. And, there was a few years there to where people were like, I didn't think it was that big, but you're hitting my cervix. Okay. What are you saying? It looked at small because of the fat, but when you sit on it, the fat moves out of the way. I don't know. Bellstar says, I'll be the judge of that. Tyler Kerr says, TMI, Rich. I don't want to think about that. That's funny. Mike Stambaugh says, Big Rich, now you sound like Jelly Rolls after his weight loss. I don't know what he said. All I know is I feel skinnier. I feel, like people should judge me on how I am, not what I looked like. Because for many years, whatever girl I got with judged me on how fat I was, and I don't know. The difference is how can I say it? Trying to be couth here. Holly Gem says, I am skinny, but grew up with family who were large and struggled with weight. It's not easy to keep it up. No, it's definitely not. Matt Wynn says, laughing out loud, big red shirt trip. Here's to you. I'm just saying, what I learned, I like showing people and teaching people. Suanne says, we should all judge upon charter. I think she means character, not looks. Exactly. Suanne, you and Steve are perfect for each other, and I love when you guys come by here, and that's what you should, judge me on, that kind of stuff. And things don't always happen that way. All right, let me go set this up here. Webcam, figure video. Now I need my phone. Go. And go to this. Zoom in. All right, there we go. Camera control. Okay, zoom. Be this right here. Okay. Okay, now let's go down. Apply. There we go. Okay. And then okay over here. There we go. Good. You guys are all talking amongst yourselves, and I'll let it go. All I know is Bellstar offered me, back massages, and ooh, I like that. Raheem comes in with 57 tanked. Here we go. Here's to you, Raheem. Awesome. Ouch. So Bellstar, how far away are you that you're wanting to come by this summer? Let us know. Wyoming, holy shit. She's gonna be taking a flight to us. Oh my god. Wyoming's like just as far as Texas. I think that's like 15 hours away. Holy shit. Harley Jen comes in with the most outrageous bullshit. She says, hey, notice my dog was a mixed breed the other day because he has one black ball and one white one. What the fuck are you talking about? Love you, Harley Jen, but Jesus Christ. Hmm. All right, here, let me ask this. Bellstar, are you going to be able to fly out here and hang out with us for the weekend and still be able to leave? You know, that's a question right there. Hmm. Shit. Come on, guys. We need more questions. You got to keep me up and alive. Raheem says, I hate summer in India. We can't wait for summer to start here. It's too hot from March to mid-June till rain comes early. Raheem, we can't wait for summer to start here. We can't stand the cold. Bellstar says, what's your favorite fish? Now, I got two answers for that. One, the sarcastic guy. The elusive fish found in every girl's pants. Two, the mighty arapaima. I love arapaima. They are just amazing. Suan says, can we get a new background for the live? Absolutely not. You know, Suan, how dare you ask a question like that? Depth chart says, Bellstar, you're fried. Hmm. Oh, that's funny. No, actually, we need a new background. You know, we do. I agree with Suan. We should do a new background. Pigskin Pete says you should grow veggies with your tank water on a hydroponic pass-through and feed your tortoises and drop zucchini into your freshwater. Well, we not sold, but we found our tortoise a new home, and he's got a good place now. Raheem says another longest live stream. Here's to you, Raheem. Summerlee says, of course, I'd get a phone call. See, what they say is every 30 pounds you lose as a man, you got your thing is 1 inch longer. Because, you know, let's say here's your thing, and then you get fat. You're skinny, you're 17, you're 21, you know, it looks smaller. But when a girl sits on it, all this pushes back and it's still the same length. But all this fat pad right here with all the hair, you know what I'm saying? It just looks terrible. So when you lose that, you do get it looks bigger. That's all I'm saying. Tim, you guys are going off. Wow. Okay. The whole point is I'm 60 some years old, and I got 40 pounds, and when I lost that 340, it was Thanksgiving, I was 340, and now by January I was down to 275. It definitely looked bigger. Then I went down to 268, and now I haven't lost weight from then, but I've gained muscle and gotten thicker and bigger and badder, working out with my kids. And it still looks bigger from that point. So all you naysayers, it's true. I mean, it's true. I mean, even Skylar called up or texted me and said, "Oh my God, you look great, Rich." I haven't talked to her in many months, and then all of a sudden she says that. I lost a lot of weight. Yes. Yeah. Eric says I'm down to 260 from 285, and that is true. And the wife notices it in bed too. The weight loss and things look bigger. Phil says I can't hardly wait to find out. What the hell are you talking about, woman? Holly Jim says, I rarely drink now, and I stick to only a few because then the other personalities might emerge. Holy shit. A woman that knows her own personality. That's amazing. Raheem says, you look better, Rich. Deb Charge says, I have that problem, Harley. It sucks. Rich, you should start working out with Richie again. I am every Sunday. The one unsilenced voice says, I was scared when the local pet store told me I should squash the soon-to-be snail hatchlings. I could never do that. Why would you do that? Let them, of course, let them, be born. I would say the most outrageous one on here is Bellstar. Wow. Oh, here's a good question. Matt Wynn says, quick question. How much salt per gallon do you use when helping sick, freshwater fish? Okay. We start off with a half, cup per gallon. And then you fill that, in. And if they get better, great. If they keep heading worse, you up it to 1 cup per gallon. Now that's straight into half saltwater and half freshwater, but it has effective helping properties. You know what I'm saying? So a quarter cup per, it works. That's the way we do, things. Tyler Kurtz says, Rich, grab that guitar. All right, guys. Let's get some more questions in here. Come on. You don't want me to fall asleep and go to sleep. Come on now. I'm ready to go. Bellstar says, I wish you could whip out an acoustic and sing us a song. Bellstar, once you get to know me, you'll understand I cannot sing. Listen, here's the thing. I left Third Degree, which I was in for 18 years or 20 years, okay? But I left them for this other band called Ultraviolence. I replaced the bass player. Chris was his name. And you can look up Ultraviolence online. And here's the thing. I never had to work so hard in all my life to learn all these songs that were such changes and so many changes. It was crazy. But it was an amazing, situation. So I had to do it. The point was, the singer was better guitarist than me. The guitarist was a better guitarist than me. So I played bass for them. And then my journey from moving from guitar to bass was ridiculously hard. And it was ridiculous. And I ended up playing them bass lines, you know what I'm saying? Jeff Char says, what flavor is blue? Blue to me should be like blueberries or grape. Bob Taylor says purple. It tastes like purple. Oh shit. Damn, you guys are going off the wall. See, Raheem says, Summerly, keep the puffer and feed them snails. Snails are so, as small little things, their shells are so, destructible. They're so cracky. They're so easy. What we do is we freeze clams and then we feed them to the puffers, and they have to bite through the frozen clam to get them open. And they wear off their teeth that way. And that's the best way to feed your puffers, period. Big Time says, Rich, what do I do with the 1,000 guppies? Put them up for sale. Cheap as shit. One in say voice or one in silence voice says, Big Rich, other than two large fish like a shark, is there a fish you never want to take? Well, you know, the only thing that comes to mind would be pacu. We never have said no, but they are the biggest problem to rehome and find a home for. So they're our biggest problem fish. If I had to answer that, honestly, that's the answer I'd give you. Oh. Basically, let's put it this way, guys. I'd already be like married to Bellstar if I didn't have Tracy, because she's so sweet. She's so nice. She takes care of me. She's always there for me, makes me smile every day. She's such a sweetheart. But, you know, I still have my responsibilities here. Deb Charge says, Rich, I can't drink much more. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Deb Charge. Doobie says, I feel like there's a lot less Pacu than 5 years ago. I could be wrong. No, they're still out there. They're everywhere. Bellstar says, I just love that. And remember, I'm perfectly okay with being a sister wife. It means you're going to help me out taking care of Tracy? Shit, I might marry you just for that. I need someone to help me. Pigskin Pete says, you're telling me I was trying to dry water for 2 days. I was looking and looking. I knew what I was missing and not seeing it. And sure enough, I found it. Thank goodness, laughing out loud. You know, I don't know what that means, Pigskin Pete, but if you found it, great. Awesome. Bellstar says, yes, I told you I'd come. You know, you got to love people that stick their neck out and are willing to, you know. Big Time says, Rich, where's the piranha tank? You know, piranha tanks, we have a piranha now, and it's in a single tank because it's the second largest piranha. And here's the problem. You can't put that in a tank with other piranhas. You can't, you know, so when a fish comes in, this fish needs a tank by himself. And it hinders all of our other rescue operations because we got, you know, 70 fish that come in. We need to put them in certain tanks. Well, we can't do that with this piranha, you know. So it's a one fish, one tank situation. So it causes us hassle. You know what I'm saying? Big Time says, Rich, where's the piranha tank? It is under the 120 or 170. It's one of the 240 tanks. It's in there by himself. AJ says, or Raheem says, have you tried the crushed orange? Yes, The watermelon, yes. The pineapple, yes, besides the grape. The watermelon's good, but here's the thing. The grape reminds me of my dad when I was young, like 12 to 14. He used to make wine every summer, and he'd pull all the grapes off the grapevine, and then whatever was left would grow so big they would crack open, and they were so sweet. They were just so awesome. And we'd pick them, me and my little brothers, and eat them. And now, many years later, this grape crush comes up with the vanilla vodka I was doing, and it tasted exactly like the sweet grapes I had when I was a kid. Well, I've eliminated the vanilla vodka because, I'm trying to lose weight. So that took a bunch of carbs and a bunch of calories being vanilla. I eliminated that. Now I only drink the grape with the grape crush. 0 calories, 0 carbs. And, it's been awesome. But, it's not as good as with the vanilla vodka. But it's still so awesome. Oh, Doopy says, how does the Emperor Cichlid do with his own kind? They're evil to each other, and they will kill each other. Is the Emperor Cichlid a male or female? That we don't know. I just know I can't keep him in with anything else because he will kill it. Holy shit. Oh my God, that was horrible. Oh my goodness. Raheem says, never shown that piranha tank. Normally we don't really show them tanks because when a fish comes in that is a hassle to us, like a piranha, it needs a single tank, this and that. And we try and get rid of it as fast as possible, find it at home. And usually we call Lori, Gypsy Kish first. And if she don't want it, we find somebody else. Well, we found somebody to take it, so we didn't have to talk about it. Big Time says, I thought piranha do well in groups. Is the size difference? Yes. If you get one huge piranha and, 33 little quarter-inch piranha, he will eat them for sure. They have to be the same size to be in the same tank. And then you have to keep them full. If they're full, they won't eat each other. If they're not full, if they're hungry, they will find the weakest one. Let's say this guy has like an eye problem on one side. They will start fin nipping him, and then they will start biting him, and all the rest will come in and bite him, and he'll be dead. That's how, piranha are. All right, guys. It's 9:30. I'm out of here. That's my like 5th drink. I allow myself 3 drinks every Friday night. And you guys got me into much more. So I'm out of here. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. It's been fun. Love you guys. Can someone say how many people are here right now? I can't see. Mine says, 0. So it says, night, big guy. Doompy says, thanks, Big Rich. No problem. Okay, there's 80 people here. I wish I could see that. I don't know. All right. The one on Silent's voice says, very fun night. Thank you all. Oh, awesome. Everybody says, have a good night, Rich. All right, we're out of here. Thank you guys. Love hanging out with you guys. It's my Friday night. I get to hang out and have fun. Love hanging out with you guys.